What up, chat? How we doing? Common Robert, what are you guys typing? What up, Com? What up, Matt? Kayla? OB? A cup of Joe? That just reminded me, I didn't make coffee. Oh well, we'll live. What up, Raw? How we doing, Leo? Wait, Leo. What up, David? How we doing, chat? I'm new here. Well, appreciate you coming, Matt. How you doing? There we go. All right, let me fix this so y'all can see what tickers we're on. And we should be ready to rock. So I IG like 3 minutes ago. Hell yeah. Pretty good, up 1K unfunded. It's beautiful, beautiful. What up, Job? Certified. Abdullah. How'd you guys do today? I saw these streams have just been on nonstop heaters in the past 24 hours. Everybody is just popping off at the end of the week. Well, midweek. What up, Chris? What up, Luke? Saw my IG like 3 minutes ago. Hell yeah. Well, appreciate you following me. And welcome to the streams. Yeah, we do this 5 times a day, every single day for 2 hours each, pretty much. Gold 1, 2, 3 to the downside. Is gold weaker right now? Gold is still weak. Interesting. I wonder if that 4720 area is going to come into play. It'll be really interesting if it does, because it feels like a pretty straightforward, easy target. I mean, it's already pretty aggressive. I'm not taking a gold entry down here. The daily looks horrible. At least on the short term. Like if you zoom in a lot like that, that looks terrible. We're still just in the overall range, but that doesn't look good. Good morning, Ron. Are we long NQ? I'm not long anything yet. I know the title still says NQ. I think I've yet to trade NQ on one of these streams. I've traded it when we were doing it in the Discord. What up, Corey? We'll see. I mean, if there's a setup, I don't care if I trade ES or NQ. It really doesn't matter. The only thing is just going to be the volatility within it. But in the after hours, it doesn't make much of a difference. Let me get my accounts open. First hourly just closed. I shorted NY like at 9 p.m. From where I'm from, I haven't slept because of the decision. Fuck. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. And yeah, it's hard, but right now the main thing I'm doing is just zooming out. Like I don't have much interest in shorting the indices. If I did, if we go lower, there's a chance we continue this range. Right? If we look at ES, this chart could easily come back down here, come back up, and we just do that for the rest of the week. When we go to the weekly time frame, it still makes sense if we have a little weekly consolidation bar. ES is still an inside bar. RTY so far has failed to go higher, so is YM. NQ's closing strong, obviously so far. We'll see if that's able to continue and hold. Got a really strong daily push on NQ. So we do have a new all-time high close. I would be shocked if we just failed that and started selling. I can see if you're like a trend line type of person, you draw something like that, which can play out. I'm not like, there's no way in hell I short. Wait, where did I literally just marked all the opens before stream? Where did they go? Hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right. So we have 3 out of the 4 below the OP right now. RTY and YM are relatively weaker looking at the 4-hour perspective, right? NQ's at all-time highs, ES at the highs of the range. RTY is kind of just chilling at the lows looking for a possible 4-hour 3-bar play, which could set up. And then YM is pretty similar, but a little more bearish on that middle candle for the 3-bar play. Do you also go live New York session or no? I personally don't. Jake and Christian run the New York session. Jake is the New York Open. Christian's like that power hour time. For me, I run the night session and I start kicking it off with the night session. I love this time frame. Even though it can be horribly slow, this time frame is, I personally like it a lot more than New York. I've come to find out my preferred time frames isn't even the New York Open. It's like the end of day New York, like that 2 to 3 p.m.-ish window, maybe like 1 to 3 Eastern, and then this time frame. Because charts moving a little bit slower, there's a lot of price action already built in, and the volatility is teetering off a little bit, which makes it a lot easier to find really good setups that give you time to enter. Evening, Wills. How you doing, Sachin? What up, Matt? Yeah, that's the thing about everything, the way we do it, is we have someone for every time frame you could possibly want. We're eventually, I know Jake's goal is to have more, to have every single time frame humanly possible, to have people in it. But for now, we're rocking 5 different ones. RS, I haven't forgot about it, brother. I'm not able to fix that issue. That's what I can say. There's a reason it happened. I'm not able to fix that. Only Jake and Callan would be the ones to make that call. Do you trade volume? I don't. If you'd like to, brother, if you feel like something, like what happened isn't correct, then 100%. It's just not something I'm going to dive into on this. Yeah, Matt, I'll be on for like 2 hours. I mean, if you're, I believe you were the one that said that you've been up late because of the trades you took earlier. If you got to sleep, bro, find a way to sleep. Coming from someone who doesn't sleep that much during the week, it can be important at times. Oil's a little, I hate seeing weaker because the 4 hour is still strong, but the daily on it's still remotely weaker. I definitely wanted to long the indices, but I don't think the setup and structure is fully there yet. Can it play out 100%? And I like the potential on the hourly, little consolidation, look for the break. I don't like the consolidation at the lows of this larger candle. So I'd like to see us above the open. Worst case, we go above the open, target like 75. Something easy, little light 10 points. Thoughts on NQ from here? Very similar to ES. NQ is a powerhouse. It's strong. The only thing I don't like is that Tesla faded its move a little bit, but it's not really down much. It's down like less than 1 point. The biggest thing about earnings, and it's been the same truth for the past 5 earnings seasons, everyone tries to trade names like Tesla for earnings, and all they do is sit flat. Anyone who sells options has been making generational wealth on these earnings. Well, I was kind of hoping Tesla would make somewhat of a move to give us some momentum, and right now we just don't have it. Like I said, I can see the potential of us pushing a little bit lower, building out the range. I'm really not overly interested in shorts with NQ at all-time highs, but we do have RTY and YM a little bit weaker. Can I build off what you said on the time zones? Did you have trouble adapting to the new time zone? I asked because with my kid, I'm trying to adjust the time and can trade, struggling to. Yeah, I mean, didn't necessarily struggle with it. For me, well, in the beginning, you guys all won't see this because I was doing these streams in the Discord for 6 weeks, right? And the first week, we got stopped out or missed the target, and I'm not even exaggerating, by 2 ticks maximum at least 7 times in the first week. Like it would come down, spike my stop by a tick, and then rip or hit it exactly. And it would do the same thing to take profits. So I've just learned to adjust. I have a little bit wider stops, a little more patient on entries because we get this range a lot. So if you take something like this where it triggers right there, but you're a little early, there's a chance it comes down, stops you out, and then eventually finally goes. So there's just a lot of patience needed in this session. A lot of people aren't necessarily used to that because let's say you're trading the New York Open. The second the chart's open, you got to be ready to like slam an entry like as soon as it starts to look good. No, Ivan. So I would assume you're new here on this session. I don't trade, and I saw someone else ask about volume. I don't trade volume at all. I don't trade trend lines. I just draw them for like pattern recognition. Right? If it's a trend line going higher, you just see higher lows and higher highs. And that's kind of just all that shows. What a trend line basically does here, if I draw this, we're currently in an uptrend because we're following that trend line. If we break this trend line, all it would be is we're now breaking the recent low and potentially shifting to a downtrend. I don't want to get in as soon as it breaks. I'd rather have like confirmation of a downtrend and then look to short. So I'm not big on trend lines. Also, fair value gaps, I know very little about. The big fair value gap guy in ICT is going to be our power hour session, Christian. I don't know if he's on here yet or not, but he usually chills in the chat. He knows a lot about ICT and has those concepts into his trading. I personally don't use them. Yes, sir, Lamelli. Yeah, so that's your stream. If you're more ICT leaning, that's where you might want to lean into. But for me, my main priorities are just overall broad structure and just what the price action's telling me. So we have 4-hour higher lows. NQ just made a 4-hour higher high, all-time highs. We have YM at a really big support here. Same with RTY. If we can hold those, this chart looks phenomenal for upside. This hourly, I really want to see a break out of this first hourly candle, which is, how many points is that? 5.5 points. 5.5 points isn't going to kill us to wait for a break of, or to see some type of structure on the 5 and 15. So for now, I'm just waiting, seeing how things are going to set up. If we end up breaking above this like 61, 62 area, we have the open a point above. We can wait for that to break, and then we look to long towards high day. And that's the main thesis I'd be looking for here. You just got to remember the price action we're in as well. Expectations need to be a little reserved, where we're just in this big range. By the way, I know Jake held off of our trade from yesterday. Did anybody else in the chat hold? Because I hope somebody did. For those of you that weren't here, obviously Jake posted on his story. Jake made my old annual salary off this. But we got in down here at 71.28. Main target for us was like 50. I got out before that because I moved my stop a little aggressive, got stopped in profits on this second part. We ended up catching highs of like 2.5R. And obviously you can look, the trade went parabolic up to the 70s. So beautiful trade. Really easy to hold if you just left stops either break even or where they were in the beginning and you just let it cook, which is something Jake's really good at. Literally 20. Yeah, Christian, the craziest part is that's the second one in like 4 trading days. Because there's that one, and then the other one we caught was this on YM, where we got Thursday into Friday, and we were in like down here. And I wish I had Jake's holding power during this trade. But my fundeds, some of them would have been good without consistency. The ones with consistency would have been absolutely cooked, and I have to make $40,000 to be able to get a $2,000 payout. Yeah, Leo, I was on that stream watching Christian. One thing I love about watching Christian streams as well is since we trade different concepts, like he has the ICT aspect in there. I took the same type of entry as him today and yesterday without even knowing like that ICT fair value gap aspect. Because once you just understand price action, a chart's a chart and they all end up looking the same. Loading up account, just taking your signals. Hell yeah. I'm tempted to just long ES, throw a 5-point stop on and just see if it cooks. I think the potential's there. There's also a chance that we just fuck around for a little bit in this chart because this doesn't look too promising, right? The 5 minutes consolidating at the lows, not the most ideal. But if we do get a strong 5-minute close here, then we can look for that opening break to get us up towards the highs. And also, if you guys can hear any weird noise in the background, let me know because my neighbor's ripping a dirt bike. So I just want to make sure you guys can't like hear that consistently. Robert, the holding part. I'm good at holding, but not hold positions. I could never do what Jake does. If I do what Jake does, that position goes to 0 every time. If I'm trying to hold for like a massive just a massive return, like 2% on ES, that trade's likely going to nuke my stop. Push him off the bike for project. How do you expect me to catch a dirt bike? Also, for those of you that were on the Discord in the very beginning, you know what my neighbors are like. Those are the last people I'm pushing off a dirt bike. There's probably a few in here that remember that stream, but not many. Push him off the bike. You guys are degenerates. What's the 15 look like? I'll take a stab. Let's see. I'm not in yet. I'm looking. I'm going to take it with a 5-point stop. So 61.5. So we're looking at 56.5 as the stop. So it'd be down here. It'd basically be session lows. I'm going to leave that. And then I will draw it in 1 sec. I still can't believe I bought that eval yesterday and I just paid full price for it. Didn't even use a discount. You ride, Christian? I used to. I didn't have a dirt bike, but I used to have 4-wheelers. I had a Honda TRX 400EX. And then we have snowmobiles. Well, I had a snowmobile. Mine, I haven't rode mine in 2 years, and it blew up. So I no longer have a snowmobile, but the rest of my family has snowmobiles. I got to get a new one this fall. Alexis, you saying let the dirt bike come to me or let the trade come to me? What up, Evan? I have a Raptor 700R. You just love the power. A 700R. Oh, the quad. Yeah, I have a 400EX. Or I had one. I sold it when we moved because I used to live in an apartment before my brother got this house. So I sold it because I just wasn't riding it for 3 years, and I didn't want to just it to lose value for no reason. You in? Yeah, David, I just got in. It's just a little stab for now, because if we end up holding this, break above the open, the 15 gets a stronger close, which it did. If we can trigger and push, I think we can easily target these highs without much hesitation. I'm in ES. If you like NQ, nothing wrong with NQ. NQ is actually relatively stronger above the open already. I'm just looking for ES to get the momentum above the open. We need YM and RTY to kind of catch up as well. It would likely be YM and ES starting the break, and then RTY playing a little bit of a game of catch up. Yeah, Christian, we have we have a little 3-wheeler at my parents' house that we really want to rebuild. We just got to get to doing it and get like the cash to do it, because it's not going to be the cheapest. Probably going to be like $2,000 or something. But one thing I always wanted as a kid, and you'll know this, is a Banshee, just because of how much everyone's like, don't get one. And because they don't make them anymore because too many people basically died on them. By the way, I'm Killer Trades. Got to figure out how to change my name on YouTube. Oh. That's the thing. There's some people in here that have the same name as Discords. But then there's people who just have a completely different name, so I have no clue who you are. I love Banshee. Dude, Banshees are sick. What is RTY? RTY is the Russell 2000, so small caps. Yeah, no, I mean, Rye, to be honest, it didn't matter how many wheels it had. When I was younger, I was rolling it. I used to have an old utility 4-wheeler that I put aggressive swamp tires on, and I rolled that thing 3 times. My first snowmobile, I rolled twice. Once was into a tree at 60 miles an hour. The snowmobile that just blew up, I rolled twice, I think, as well. So yeah, I've rolled shit quite a bit. It's a lot easier on a snowmobile because there's snow. What up, Dev? I took it. If it stops me out, it wouldn't be like, holy crap, I don't see that coming. But it's one of those trades where if this does hold here, get above the open, I think we can easily spike up to here for a target. So I think the risk reward is definitely worth it, especially with NQ being a little bit stronger. There's a chance it pulls back, especially with RTY showing some weakness. It's just going to be how we react here. The only thing that would be unfortunate is if we just came down, spiked low of day, and then rallied. Well, I like the entry. Right, that's insane. Lamelli, marking on what's crazy. Also took a stab on gold long. Interesting. I don't know what gold looks like. I looked at it a few minutes ago and it looked terrible. I mean, I can see a stab. The only thing I'd want to see on gold is this hold aggressively and you start to get that 4-hour fail to go lower. If this 4-hour candle can fail to go lower and close up at 65, maybe 70, then this chart looks amazing for longs. But right now it's in that area for me where it's like it can make a really nice sell or it can also fail to pop back up. 5 minutes still a little bit weaker, but I would just like to see a lot of buying pressure on this chart if it's going to hold. Oil does look weak here, which is great. I'd love to see it come back down to 91.6. Something that's interesting that a lot of people didn't really talk about today is oil closed up like 4% while the indices were fighting all-time highs. That's not even close to being normal. Same with the dollar. The dollar's pretty strong. But one area we've been talking about is 98.63. If we reject here, this is a massive daily resistance now. So if we reject, we have a daily lower high setting. Then we can look for that move back lower, which in turn should push the indices back towards all-time highs. What's your win rate? Nothing impressive. 60, maybe like 60 to 70 on a good time. There will be times where I could show trades and I'll hit 4 days in a row with trades. But there's also going to be times where I'll lose 3 days in a row. It's just a part of the gig. Overall, like 60, 70%. It's Emily's sister. I'm just the good one. You might want to talk to your sister a little bit. She could be in here right now. She just can't type because she's shadow banned. What's your KD ratio? Pretty decent, not going to lie. I don't know, like 2.8 on Battlefield. Not to flex or anything, you know. On the Banshees, I haven't looked at a Banshee lately, but when I was younger, they were decently expensive just because they're discontinued. That's like 400 EXs. When I sold mine, it was discontinued. I sold it was like an 8-year-old four-wheeler for like $3,500, which is crazy. Who's playing Arc Raiders? I've never played Arc Raiders in my life. I know a lot of people loved it, and now I know a lot of people hate it. Someone's like, it ain't worth it. I'm going to watch the indices, see how ES reacts to the open here. Because YM and ES haven't really gotten above. I'm not expecting much buying pressure until we clear the open. If we clear the open, I can expect it to come in. Anything below that, I just have lower conviction. I'm kind of just in the trades. Vulture, I think it's a genius idea. And I think times like what we just went through are phenomenal spots of where you can get new stocks that have pulled back, that have been overly aggressively bearish. There's two names that I've talked about a lot on stream and also in the Discord. The very first one was Netflix. And where's that at? Netflix on the daily chart, when we were down around 78, 77s, I talked on the streams I did before that this chart, there's no way this is not a really good buy with where we were structurally retesting all the way back from 2024. And this like aggressive of a sell-off, if we just saw the slightest bit of buying pressure in the market, I thought this was going to explode. And it did. It went from 77.5 all the way to 110s basically. It looked like I had so much confidence in this that I even told my barber about it. And he didn't buy it. So I was like, sucks to suck. But no, I love times like this because it gives you really good buying opportunities. Names like Netflix. The very first one we talked about when I got on these streams was Hood. That went from 66 all the way up to 93. If anyone got that, beautiful. Like insane return over the course of 2 weeks. Another one that got crushed a lot was Microsoft. I've talked about this before. There's no way companies like Microsoft are going anywhere. So with it pulling back, what was it from the highs? Because I know it was really aggressive. When you see something like Microsoft pull back 36%, if you truly believe Microsoft isn't going anywhere, that's a really good buying opportunity. And that's how I look at it. Now, I don't have any names where I'm like, where I just think, oh, this chart's going to 5x over the course of the next 2 years. I don't know enough about that style of investing with fundamentals. But for me, I just like looking at the monthly and weekly charts and finding the really, really good opportunities for the longer term, like the short to long term. You like Netflix at these levels long term? I mean, I would assume, yeah, because Netflix is still expanding. I just love Netflix a lot more when it was down at 76. I would have bought Netflix up around 110s because I like the company. If it's at 76, I'm definitely going to be buying it. I just thought it was very, very undervalued down here. Same way with Hood. When Hood was down here, they were dropping the prediction markets throughout all of this. Their company's continuously growing and booming. I'm going to buy this 100% down at 65, especially as they're retesting prior all-time highs. It's just beautiful charts, beautiful structure. What up, Jake? Yeah, for longer term holding, I like it a lot. I've struggled with it in the past because I'm used to swing trading, day trading. So if I see massive moves, I just start selling. I have yet to be able to hold something for like 5+ years. I think we're going to run up the likes. Chat better run up the likes. We got 170 people in here already in the first 20 minutes. You guys are popping off today. By the way, we will be doing a giveaway later. I believe it's a Tradeovate account. Or not Tradeovate, the Tradeify. Rogue 30, we did, Austin. We did. I mean, you guys almost had to go without giveaways if we couldn't go over 30K. But also, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Because we are live 10 hours a day, technically 5 days a week, but it plays out through 6 because I'm live Sundays. Road to 30.5K. How far are we? I didn't find the function that Christian did where you can see exactly how many it is. Hate to be the bear, but man, I don't feel confident in this market. I'm scared as fuck holding my portfolio long term. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. At the same time, though, we're at all-time highs. Are we likely at some point going to pull back? Yeah. But if we just keep ripping all-time highs, I'm not going to try to sell this market other than a little maybe short intraday trade. Until we see like a 4-hour aggressive lower high set and we start a downtrend, I really don't have much interest in shorts. If we're going to keep ripping all-time highs, I'm going to keep longing into all-time highs. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. But no, I see what you mean. And like if I focused a lot on everything going on politically and globally, yeah, I'd be bearish as hell. There's still a war going on, but the market's at all-time highs. Someone's buying. If more people are buying than selling, I'm going to long. Does NQ follow ES1? Well, they're two different sectors, but most of the time you're going to see NQ and ES trade together. There are going to be times where there is a little bit of divergence in there. If big tech's selling off heavy, but there's still a lot of assets holding up the S&P or vice versa. Same thing with small caps and the industrials. But yeah, primarily these two are going to trade with each other. That's why I usually say, like, if you love NQ, just look for an entry on NQ if I'm long ES. Pull up the month. Dude, the monthly chart on the indices is crazy. Like, we have a monthly buy setup if this holds. If we hold for one more week, we're closing a monthly buy. For perspective, for anyone who's like hesitant up here, and the reason why I say if we're going to keep hitting all-time highs, I'm going to long. If this is a 5-minute chart, what is the one thing you would want to do? You would likely want to slam longs off of this higher low that's making a buy setup right here. Well, if the next candle happens, where are we going? I know before in streams with Jake, I said, I don't think 7,500 is coming anytime soon. Well, if the monthly closes like this, it's in the picture. It's not insane. 30K on NQ is not absolutely insane. It's like, I'm not saying it's going to hit next week, but if this structure holds, it looks really good for potential longs. Last time we had a candle like this was right here, 3 months of pullback, and we even had more here. What did that lead to? That itself led to, off of the monthly close, another 12.5% rallied through all-time highs, just like we're doing here, through all-time highs. So you always just have to take perspectives of every single time frame and just look at it. Now, mind you, during parts of the rally, like I made a bet with Jake saying we weren't going to hit all-time highs. I was bearish, but I'm still longing the hell out of the market as long as it's going to give me long opportunities. Long later so I can sleep. Yeah, brother, go sleep. I know you said you've been up for a while. Go sleep. Do something I don't do often. What's the ABC pattern, Abram? Is it like the 1, 2, 3? Because for me, what I'm looking at is 5-minute higher low. Yeah, we were below the open. We're still below the open. If we break above the open, like I said, that's where I think the continuation can go. If this 15-minute, we have a big failure to go lower right here. Well, not big, but a failure to go lower where we ended up getting that stronger close. We triggered on the 15 there. Where's my target? It would be this little 15-minute pivot. If we get above that, we're targeting the highs. I just think the highs are a pretty easy situation, especially if I'm looking at something like the daily chart. We have a daily inside bar. If I want to short this chart, the one thing I would want to see is, no joke, a break above the all-time highs that aggressively fails. Because then we would have a really big inverted hammer in which we can look to sell off of. So no matter what way I look at this chart, I would want longs. If I want to short, I'd want to see us fail all-time highs. If I want a long, I want to see us going to all-time highs. So for me, this chart says I'm going to try to long into all-time highs. If I get stopped on the way, I get stopped on the way. I'm willing to take a stab. Oh, let's bet with Jake as well. Yeah. Yeah, LaMelo, you at least had more room, though. When I made the bet with Jake, ES was, I think, 70 or 80 points away from all-time highs. You were like 2.5 or 3% at least. I'm going to get that bundle on the 25K accounts. Yeah, guys, I'm going to put this banner up, even though I'm going to point out a flaw because I got to update it the banner that I'm going to put up technically isn't correct. Where this is a Tradeify thing, and you can now get 5 accounts at once at checkout, which is kind of insane. But it does say on the banner up to 20 accounts. That's a lie. That's a typo on my end. You can't get 20 accounts. So I'm not going to leave it up too much because someone's going to be like, oh, I thought you said you could get 20 accounts. You can't, but it's on the banner. But no, I love Tradeify. Tradeify and Lucid are my favorite 2 prop firms. And for me, I think the fact that you can get 5 accounts together if you want to trade more accounts is really nice because you don't have to go through the checkout 5 times. If you're doing it though, code RT or code Rake saves you the most. What up, Victoria? Alexis, I wouldn't say it's a 1, 2, 3. Because even on this time frame, the consolidation bar is more so in the middle. That's why I'm like, if I get stopped out, I'm fine with it. Because this, if we wanted the long, could spike the lows on the hourly, then end up getting bought back up. Right? Spike the session lows, and then see if it gets the fail to go lower to go higher. The 1, 2, 3 perspective, I don't necessarily think on any time frame, but it's more so just the overall structure, like the higher lows we were setting. I was willing to take a stab on. I don't love the slight failure thus far. Gold's still looking a little weaker. Oil is holding a little bit. And if oil wants to hold, we all know what typically happens. We'll likely see the indices push down a little. Oh, Alexis, okay. Yeah. I wasn't trading yet with any market at all-time high. I'm trying to understand PA, what could happen, and appreciate these sessions. Robert, the greatest thing too is let's say someone doesn't like trading all-time highs. Because in the past, I used to hate trading all-time highs. Something like, what is it, AMD right now? If we're continuously just ripping all-time highs on a chart like this, I have no clue where to target. And that's where I struggle because what I'll do is I'll just start trimming more aggressively because it's like, how high can it go? Where typically Jake does really well in this because he has certain areas that he usually targets and it most of the time will go there. But something like this is where I've struggled a lot in the past. For me right now, though, I think it's just pretty easy to just look at the charts and think, all right, where's this going to go? And look for the potential trade. Even ignoring the fact that we're at all-time highs. If we break over the open here, where should we go? Target the prior session's highs. If we get above that, where should we go? I'm likely just going to use like psychological numbers. But we do have 85 that we can look at, which is all-time highs. And above that, I'd be looking at 7,200. Do I think this trade's going to rip to 7,200 in this session? No. But if we get there overnight, it could be a really nice trade. Now we ain't sleeping until I place a long on that 5-minute manipulation. Man says, I need to sleep, and then just says, nope, we're trading. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the dark side. Peng, that's just going to fully depend on how we react. If we get to all-time highs, I'm not the type of person that the second we get there, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to short this. Because the longer we look at these sessions, also that last comment I just saw about Mastermind 3 over Mastermind 1, I'm about to ban you. Aldo, you're about to just be rocked. You're going to be in the shadow realm forever. Mastermind 1 is supreme no matter what. No, I'm not going to be the one that looks at, if we hit all-time highs, I'm just going to look to fade it. Because it's a bullish chart. We have quite literally consolidation at all-time highs. If we break above, I'm not going to look to fade that. I don't want to short the first new break of all-time highs. Like I said, if we set up some type of 4-hour lower high where it gets more bearish, for me in this perspective, it would be something like this, where we come back down to today's lows, maybe overnight we consolidate, build some type of lower high here tomorrow, and then look to break this back down to like 780s, 70, 80s. That would be more so where I'd be interested in shorting, somewhere around this, where if we break up here, I'm not going to short just because we just broke all-time highs. For me, I'd be more so looking along. I would rather take a long there, get stopped out, than try to take a short and just watch it keep face ripping. Yeah, Victoria, right now I'm just in ES. We're right at my entry. We're one tick above. Yeah, Victoria, that's the way to do it. What I usually like to do though is set OCOs on futures for the most part. Right now, I'm targeting today's high day is the main area, and then above that 85, which is all time highs. Over that 7,200. But no, at new all time highs, I like to go for psychological numbers. So I won't target on something like AMD. I won't target every dollar. Since it's in the 300s, I'd like to be targeting every like 250 or every $5. If it's down around 100, I'm usually targeting like every dollar, every 250. So I have increments that I kind of target while depending on the overall underlying value of the ticker. I've been targeting local highs lately. It makes it a lot easier to trade. Very straightforward and very easy. Chill. Nah, I don't know. You about to go to the shadow realm. The one thing I got on everybody that's in Mastermind though is none of y'all took one-on-ones with Jake. So I'll reign supreme no matter what. It's just how it goes. You're crazy for that for sure. Yeah, saying Mastermind 5 is better than Mastermind 3. Like Mastermind 5, you're an OG, but you're not like in the OG status. If you weren't in the Discord where the entire Discord was just Mastermind, you're not that OG. It's very slow. When I go to sleep, it will fly. Sniper, take some magnesium and go hit the pillow. Do us all a favor. Go to sleep so the market can move, please. I was waiting for that 4-hour sell on gold. I like it. I mean, gold's weak right now. This hourly, unless it closes up at 50s, looks like more of a consolidation for potential move lower. Daily still a little bit weaker. Daily could easily 3-bar play. The hard part with me on gold with this daily structure is if I wanted to long this, I would want a failure. And I know someone's probably long gold. Someone talked about long gold earlier. That doesn't mean the long gold can't happen. But what I would want to see is some type of failure where we spike this and rip back higher. Get a strong daily close, then you look to long it. It's going to be the same thing as the indices. This looks a little weak, so I'd be more interested in longing if it failed to sell. The indices are aggressively strong. If it ended up failing the overall breakout, that's when I'd be more interested in shorting. Yeah, Christian, I trade 1, 2, 3 setups. With those, though, I like to focus on the higher time frames. The NVIDIA trade a few days ago, Thursday, was off of this consolidation. Now there's 1, 2, 3, and then you can get extreme depending on the consolidation. You can go like 1, 2, 12, whatever you want. But I just consider this like a 1, 2, 3. Trend bar, consolidation, trend bar. That's what we traded Thursday. Same thing with ES. I was looking for a bigger breakout for the overall consolidation to break today. It did break, which got the really nice move. Oh, wait, no, that was yesterday. We did hold the low of the range and got that really nice move back higher. The reason I want a long ES is that same thesis. Look at NQ, consolidation, break. I want this, but on this. Same reason I'm currently still long NVIDIA, because I ended up going long NVIDIA for those of you that aren't in the Discord today, or that aren't in the Discord. I want this daily consolidation to break. When I'm looking at the sectors, talking about the divergence between these, one thing I talked about yesterday a lot, and I believe the day before, is we have a really nice consolidation here. If we get over this 202 level, I think this thing can rip towards all-time highs. That's nearly 5%. And I think it could easily go there in a day or two. It wouldn't be shocking on NVIDIA. What I want to see this do is catch up to AMD. You look at AMD face rip today off of its consolidation. If NVIDIA does that, follows this same thesis, that's 7%. MU did the exact same thing. Same breakout. NVIDIA is lagging right now. What semiconductors like to do is 2 or 3 of them will usually rip, then the last one will catch up. They usually rotate slightly, like one day at a time. If this breaks 7%, we're looking at 215. We hit 215, I'm having a great month. But I don't expect 215. I'd be content with like 205. What up, Zay? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I love 1, 2, 3s. I love failures and just overall like higher lows across multi-time frames. Can you tell the market to start moving? Big Al, I don't think I can, brother. I can try. The problem is we're trying to figure out what's going on in the world. Market doesn't know, and it's just not moving. Like my target is 11.5 points, similar to the first term yesterday. But even 11.5 isn't something that I would be like, yeah, this is an insane trade. It's a trade. I'd be happy with it. I'd be happy with 2.3R any day. But I wouldn't be like, oh my God, this is a week making trade. It's just a trade. So I have expectations managed right now. I would love for the market to just some news to come out. Maybe Trump drops a little tweet here or there and we go straight up to 85, hit all-time highs tonight. NVIDIA is allowing little semis to cook, but I would love if little semis could allow NVIDIA to cook for a minute. Thoughts on, is that Walmart? All right. It's not bad. I just want to see how this candle reacts tomorrow. We have a gap up doji. Those can be pretty decent reversal candles, right? You look at this one, gap, doji, reversal. So just see how it reacts. If we're able to maintain within there, you're going to have some resistance around 30.3s, some support around 29.5. I'd keep an eye on those two areas. Either breaks, you can look for the continuation. How's Tesla still doing after earnings? Bro, there's going to be so many people who are cooked on this earnings. Tesla is down 0.2%. I don't know what the expected move is, but I would assume it was at least $20, knowing Tesla. So that is just premium decay out the ass right there. Now, Jake, we're in earnings season where your favorite setup, the post-earnings move, is in full fruition. Because none of these big techs are moving at all during earnings. It's not even down $1. Expected move was 21. That would mean a $400 contract would likely be what, $11? And it's going to open up at 20 cents. That's going to be painful for all the degenerates out there. I'm sorry, but also at the same time, kind of deserved for trading earnings. I'm going to say it. You're not going to like me for it, but kind of deserved. If you want to be a DJ, you got to live through the degen. It's like if I want a full port, a funded account, and I blow it, I deserve it. I have a 205 NVIDIA call for tomorrow. You think I'm good then? Ivan, I would assume you don't have it for tomorrow because NVIDIA doesn't have Thursday expirations, but I'm going to assume it's Friday. And if so, I have the exact same call. So I'm a little biased there. I have NVIDIA tomorrow calls, or not tomorrow. I literally just said they don't have tomorrow. NVIDIA Friday calls, and then I have a little bit in next Wednesday. Please tell me what you see on US 30 and NAS. Well, US 30 is a little weaker. Your numbers might be different. I'm not going to use US 30. I'm going to use the YM because that's where I have all my stuff. Really big support right here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy it like I normally do. Clone that. Drag it up. Right there. Really big support. If we hold this, we can go right back towards all-time highs. Easy. No, not all-time highs. I lied. Recent highs. All-time highs are still way up here. Still another 1,000. That's crazy. We caught 1,000. Like there was a 1,000-point move on YM, and we're still 1,000 away from all-time highs. That's nuts. Now, if we hold 49.5s, YM can easily just hold the low end of this range. Then you just look for something like this where it goes from here, goes up to here. See how we react to this. If we break, then you go up. But I like the potential if it holds here. It also builds a little bit of conviction if this trade's going to continue. For the Nasdaq, I mean, it's strong, brother. There ain't much to say here. This chart, daily buy, all-time highs, looks flawless. There ain't nothing bad about the Nasdaq. Yeah, Victoria, everybody who traded anything Tesla is crying, and the people who sold them options are laughing. But the one thing that I love, I mean, I don't love seeing it, but it's funny to see is when people look at Tesla and say it's manipulation. No, it's just earnings. I've seen people say this market's manipulation because we're at all-time highs. No, it's just people buying. Yeah, Jake, you did bang the Nasdaq today. Brother, absolutely insane. Before you hopped on, I said, Jake, like I showed the entry, like the area we looked at, which is still nuts to look at for what I caught of like 15 points down here. And we went all the way up to 70s, which is what it is. But yeah, you made my old salary today. Is that a lip pill? Maybe. What's it to you? Not just me, the squad. Dude, this squad's been on heaters lately. Absolute heaters on every stream. What do you think about Bitcoin? I think it's a Ponzi. No, I'm kidding. Let's look. The other day, Bitcoin looked atrocious. Okay, it looks a little bit better. When it looked atrocious was right here last week, and we were setting a weekly failure to go higher off of these prior lows. If this week can close above last week's highs, it looks better, 100%. The monthly will recover a little bit. Monthly can get a full little close higher. Looks a lot better. Bitcoin needs over 80. If it does not get over 80,000, I'll be looking at the next coin short. I'm sorry, Jake. But if it gets over 80, I would be more bullish on Bitcoin 100%, easily. I think 80 is a really big area. Then you have like 80.5 to 87.5, and then all the way back up to 100. I like it though, especially if the market's going to pump. Because right now we're just seeing a lot of rotations within the market. YM, and this is a good thing off of what I talked about last week with the rotations, why we were looking at YM, because we wanted that rotation into it. Same rotations today. We see tech getting a lot of buying pressure here, while the Dow and the small caps were a little more bearish today. So now you can just look to see if they get the rotation back up towards all-time highs. Yeah, Jake, it has been nuts. I wouldn't have caught that without the night stream. So where's my cut, G? You know, where's my cut? I'm fucking with you. Yeah, everyone's been cooking. I hope you guys have been enjoying these streams because I'm sure you can tell we absolutely love doing them. Damn, 25. Dude, if Jake wired me 25% of that, I would immediately text him and be like, you did something wrong. Like, why'd you send this to me? He sent me stuff like that, but not that extent. But like he would when we were on in LA or something, he would send me like $40 because I bought food. And I'm like, did you mean to send me $40? Sorry, it was a paper trade. Screenshot it right now. Everybody, get that man. The greatest thing about that, Jake, if we played off his paper trade, any attention's good attention. We could just have you gaslit for a couple days, and then we show that it's an actual account. Boom, more audience. Easy. Sorry, guys, I was faking it. He was actually faking the faking as well, so you just don't know what it is. Low-key considering longing this bitch? Well, Melly, I'm kind of disappointed you didn't already, to be honest. Yeah, David. And that's the great thing is we are fully taking advantage of what the market's giving us right now. For everybody, like every single time frame. Alan's been sniping trades as well when I'm on his streams. I see him. And it's just everybody's been doing insanely well. And it's also what the market's providing. Now, I can straight up tell you, when I first started doing the streaming, we were back in this. Now, we were absolutely slamming oil and doing really well on it. But there were days we got cooked easily because that's what was happening. This is the current market. Well, it's kind of crazy. We're all catching bangers, and this is the daily chart right now. Like, that's the chart that Jake made $50,000 on. How does that make sense? I already showed my account number. You did. Yeah, you did. You did leak that a little bit. How do I put a poll up? How do I do a poll? I might be able to do a poll on the bot, but that ain't gonna be right. I'm gonna just say long the daily. Both? Oh shit! There's a third option, Jake. Nah, I say we do the two accounts. Wait, I can do that. Why are you sending me? I mean, if I'm getting commission fees, I'll take it. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna ask for it. I got it. 1 sec. Yeah, you just have to teach me how to do it. Because the poll I would make would be annoying. So you'd have to do like exclamation point and then the answer. What do you think of Uber? I think Uber sucks because at one point they banned me from their account because I think my one credit card expired and they tried to charge me for something that I didn't order and I didn't do anything about it. They just expired. So they banned my account because I had a card that didn't work. Uber, you're going to either want to see it above 79 or below 70. Outside of that, you're just stuck in this daily. Weekly, if you get an inside bar, you can look for the break. Monthly looks absolutely atrocious. So you're stuck. You're waiting until either above 80 or below 70. Outside of that, yeah, you can get some interest. Inside of that, I have zero interest at all. I'm going to be staring at NVIDIA for a few days, hoping it rips. If it rips, we'll have kumbaya, good day. If not, oh well. Right, Spence. That's one thing I'll say is, oh, there's a poll. How do I view all of it? Oh, I'm not going to pick. I'm just going to see what the chat does because it's actually going back and forth right now, which I think is kind of shocking. I figured it would be all on option one. But no, Spencer, the support on this stream is insane. Like just you, like 200 people, 185, whatever, on the night session is nuts. I'm beyond happy about it. To the man in 2 accounts. Jake, they're boycotting your poll. But no, we're beyond happy about the support. Question with profitable traders. Have you guys taken a break in your trading career? Ken, I'm going to be honest. The longest trading break I have taken was probably when I went to Jamaica for 7 days. Outside of that, just during the Christmas to New Year's Eve holidays was it. I've never taken like a full week off of trading. I love this shit. Even if I am tilting out my ass, I love this shit. And for me, I'm very hands-on learning. There's people who do really well taking a break, studying, doing like analyzing their trades, journaling, stuff like that. I learn hands-on. I talked about this yesterday. If I am having if I have a really bad day the next 2 days and I tilt out my ass, the number one thing I'll want all weekend is for the market to open so I can work on correcting what I messed up. And that's how I am. How do I enter giveaway? Giveaway hasn't started yet. We'll let you know when it does. But for me, I want I want the market to be open so that way I can be in the market trying to better myself and work on that. Like that's why I'm on nearly 5 streams a day on this YouTube because I'm just listening to what everyone says. Everyone trades slightly different. You can take something from everybody. You can always learn. Even though I feel like I know a decent amount about trading, I don't know shit about trading. I'm pretty sure if the bottom one gets one more vote, the entire poll is tied 50-50. And that might send Jake off a cliff. BF, there's no giveaway yet, brother. I will tell you. I will tell you when we do a giveaway. But right now, no giveaway. I'm just saying that because I've seen you send 2 messages in here, and both are how do I enter giveaway? We will tell you. I promise. And you'll know because you won't be able to read a single thing in the chat. I'll start the party. You son of a bitch, Joe. You son of a bitch. How do I claim an account here now having Discord access? If you win a giveaway, you just message us on Instagram. It's easy. Who's alive during the Simba days? I was. I used to post trades in Simba stocks everywhere. The craziest thing, I used to signal, like post my trades in the very first year of trading in Simba stocks. But I didn't, just to show you how little I knew about trading, I knew price action. But when I did it, I had static trims. So I would take like a 0 day and I would post that I'm trimming at 25%, 35%, 50%, 75%, every single trade, no matter what. And it was just horrible. Like if I could look back on it now, I would be like, what is going on here? Where are you from, bro? I'm in Ohio. I'm in the US. The great state of Ohio. I haven't, since it's 50-50, 3 accounts at $100. I don't think you guys understand the aspect of Jake is self-funding this entire endeavor. That man has already spent more than I could fathom on accounts for you, like to give away. But speaking of which, self-funded, I already did a cheeky plug. I'm doing another. I don't care. You guys want him to give away more accounts? Well, you better use RT at checkout. Any prop firm, pretty much. RT or Rake. If you want accounts, you got to support the fam. If you want the streams to keep going, you got to support the fam. Also, Zachary, that is almost enough for me to just send you the Shadow Realm. Ohio's the armpit of the USA. Are you kidding me right now? That is fucked up. People hate on Ohio until they come to Ohio. And we want them to hate on Ohio, so they stay out of Ohio. One account, 1% of Jake winning. I'm pretty sure 1% of Jake's winning. Isn't it like $500? No, Jake's not sending me $500. You guys are trying to get Jake to empty his pockets for me. I don't want Jake to send me $500. You guys got to chill. Jake, you went from doing the giveaway to someone saying you have to give me $1,000 to the next person saying you have to give me $500 to people saying you have to give away 3 accounts. Chat wants to run you dry. We better be able to check affiliates and see at least 10 accounts bought from this stream on prop firms if you want Jake to give stuff away. In ES long as I am. We're not moving yet, but if we get over the open, I think we can start to see momentum. Very similar to yesterday. You guys got to chill. Jake doesn't have to give me anything. Big Austin, I would love $10,000, but for $10,000, I'll just take NVIDIA gapping up to like 215. I'll make my own $10,000. I'll take it. No, Top Step doesn't have affiliates. So Top Step, whatever, if you use Top Step, you just used whatever they give you. So we just forgetting the bet, the all-time high bet, the one I gave you $20 on. Yeah, we're forgetting that. We actually talked about it before you got on, how you rinsed me and Christian. I mean, the craziest thing is if we look at Christian's bet, right? His was that NQ doesn't hit all-time highs by this Friday, mind you. It's hit all-time highs 3 times since then. 3, not 1, 3. That's why you don't go against Jake. I'll use the 500 to buy evals, Jake. Don't worry. Matthew, since when how are you getting $500? How did that come into the equation? Jake mad as well. Jake's not mad at all. This is a good reminder to send Christian his money back. What do you mean send Christian his money back? I don't want it, so you'll take it? I don't know how that works. Again, new here. Who is Jake anyways? Are you actually new? Okay, so you're new. Jake is Rake Trades. Jake's the man, the myth, the legend that runs the entire show. Now, he streams the New York session. Am I going to pay you? Bitch, I paid you the second it hit all-time highs while you were live on stream. You can check your Venmo. I'm pretty sure I even texted you a screenshot of it. I'll check right now. Jake is screaming. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone said, Jake, $20. Also, everything's blurred. I'm not leaking anything. Don't worry. I got proof. Are you going to trade? I am. It's red right now. We rejected the open so far. If we continue to reject the open, this could get a little more bearish. Oh, shit, you did. I did while you were on stream. I'm starting to think Jake is the market maker. He pretty much is, if you think about it. No, Matthew. Jake is rake. I'm Ron. I'll do this. That's me when it shows that link. Yeah, Jake runs a New York session, like 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then you have Christian in the afternoon for power hour, 2 to 4. Me, Asia session, 7 to 9. And then Mr. Alan Zhang, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. ES is moving the wrong way. It is, but it'd be like that. How's it going? What up, Christian? It's going wonderful. Well, this trade's not going wonderful yet, but it's going wonderful. All right, so we got gold pushing a little bit lower. I still want to see it test that daily low, in all honesty. I want to see it hit at least 33. Yeah, Matthew, welcome to the show. When next sauna post? Spencer, I've gotten a lot of that question, to be honest. And that's the crazy thing is I can tell you I've gotten flack for that sauna post and it being called a thirst trap. And it's funny as hell. But think about the great marketing from it. It has been a week and it gets brought up every single day. Genius post. At one little story that was up for 4 hours. Still talking about a week later. Trump says he's going to bail out the airline. Well, how's he going to bail out the airline if he doesn't even have money to pay TSA? What the fuck? Also, did you guys see? I forget what airline it was. They did the Q1 for their fuel, and it was like $320 million higher than last year. Brother. Don't welcome me. Pay me my 20. Matt shows up to stream and just wants paid. At what point do you start losing confidence in a trade? I'm just going to let it hit the stop. If this goes, it hits the stop. I would be more irritated here if I got out on this little candle and then it just ripped than me taking a stop loss that I had planned. I could see it hitting the stop and then reversing simply because I am front running low of day, which isn't always the smartest, but I'm okay with the 5 points. It's a smaller risk trade right now. If we got over the open, I was willing to add into it. But if it's going to pull back like this, I'm just leaving it. Oil is a little strong. If oil breaks over the open, this hourly could get a little juicy. See, that's the thing though. I'm torn because the dollar's rejecting. So I still lean a little more bullish on the indices over bearish. Oil, if it rejects the open as well, would be good. So if we have oil and the dollar both reject, then we can see the indices push back higher. Probably just early, but there's also a chance we just continue the daily consolidation and this trade isn't going to go well. Matt is my type of guy for real. Right. That's a man with a plan right there. Showed up. He's like, you know what? Give me the money. Did you hear about Spirit Airlines? Didn't Spirit Airlines go under? Or did they somehow survive? Yeah, if you're here and you're enjoying, there's 196 of you guys in here. If you're enjoying it, like the stream. Show some love. Show some support. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? We're trying to get to 30,500. You guys have been showing immense support. and we appreciate every second of it. I'm also going to say, because I know people have been confused in the past, the little heart under the chat is like, hey, we're showing love. The little thumbs up under the stream is like, we're showing support, you know? They bankrupt again. Yeah, damn tough. I mean, that's what happens when you have $40 flights. Gold going to hit 32.8 and we'll ride up. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with gold doing that. If gold hits 32.8, it spikes that daily low. You start a daily fail to go lower. To be honest, I would love to see it slam 720s. We've talked about that level quite a few times. It is a brick wall. I would love to see it, little aggressive spike, slam that, and then just buying pressure over the next 2 hours. That would look really good. Does it have to happen? No. But for longs, that'd be what I'd be interested in. So we have ES trying to hold on. What's really happening here, though, is NQ's fighting the open. NQ bulls like Jake have been out in force. I can tell you that. They've been longing this thing every chance they get, and it's been longing. But if NQ does start to give it up, since it's been the relative strength name, that's when the indices can start to see a little bit more of a pullback potentially. Trump talking about bailing out Spirit. I mean, it's Spirit Airlines. Give it up. Give what up? What am I giving up? Stop loss? I'll probably give it up. It'll probably get hit. At this point, I'd be shocked if we didn't spike that low. I mean, it's the Asia session volatility at the open here. That 15-minute looking rough unless we get a lot of buying pressure. If we get back over the open without hitting stop, that's a strong candle. But you're going to need a lot of support there. Oh, Eric wants a little bit of the sauce. I'll give you how, because if this hits the stop, it hits the stop. I'm not going to sit here, stare at it, micromanage it. I have a hard stop set. But the way I trade options, if I really like a setup, like I love this chart, even if it fails, I would take this trade again without a single question. With a trade like this, I'm looking at the potential of like a multi-day move. What I like to do is I'll take a shorter expiration, usually lighter size, and then I'll take a little bit farther out expiration, a little heavier. And I'll just split up my normal trading size between the two. Where if the first one moves quicker, I can end up trimming that. That gives me risk-free on the next contract, and then I just hold the other one for the larger move. It just helps me hold longer. If I'm looking at like a monthly and weekly chart, I'll do that with 3 expirations, usually like weekly or 1 week out, and then month out, and then 2 month out. We got stopped. We'll see what happens, see if the market reacts to it or not. But yeah, Eric, I just like to ladder it so that way I can trim the closer position sooner. And then the later ones, I'll change it. Victoria, it depends. Right now, I do have same strike. Long CL back on the menu. It is. If the market's doing this, long is back on the menu. That's got to be something happening. Either that or just Asia's kicking off hot. There's the gold spike lower. Yeah, oil's ripping a little bit. See, oil above this like 93.5 area. It gets really strong here. It can get really strong. You can look towards like 95 to 97s. If we get up there, market's going to gap down tomorrow. And I'm likely going to take a loss on NVIDIA. Yeah, market's weak right now. Yeah, news could be. U.S. attacking Iran again. That makes sense. I mean, if the candle's doing that, it definitely makes sense. It's nearly 100 points on NQ already. I'm surprised. I didn't see any news updates. Someone said it's them attacking Iran. So now we have a 4-hour lower high kind of set. This could get pretty bearish. NQ's still stronger, but YM and RTY. RTY is triggering a 4-hour 3-bar play to the downside. Looks more aggressive. If that daily inside bar breaks with this one also just broke, it can get ugly. ES line in the sand is going to be like 71.20s. Yeah, there's got to be something pushing this because that is a little stronger of a move. But I'm definitely not interested in buying around here at all. I'd rather wait and see what happens. Emily's sitting up her chair right now. She might be. Yeah, oil's going. It's definitely going to be news when you look at oil and you see a more aggressive candle like this on oil, because that's not a normal oil move. So there's got to be something news related. I just haven't seen anything yet. Someone did say the U.S. is apparently attacking Iran, which makes sense. Yeah, if anyone shorted that gold, it looks phenomenal. I took oil longs off the open. Beautiful, brother. Absolutely beautiful. So we took one loss today. I mean, yeah, that looks structure-wise, once it got over the open, that chart looks good. I was expecting the hourly to at least spike lower first, but it didn't get that move. Weekly fair to go higher, maybe? Could be. The thing is, what I wanted tomorrow to be a little more bullish, just so that way ES could fail to go higher, because it never spiked those highs this week. But NQ did. Same with RTY and YM. So that is enough momentum to set that. Craziest thing here, though, is one thing to note: if this is the top and we do start selling tomorrow, YM setting a weekly lower high. YM never even got all-time highs. That's not great, because we have an index that is technically finally going to confirm its weekly downtrend, which is nuts. This entire move on YM, it never made a lower high on the weekly. It just kept trending lower aggressively until right now, after a nearly 12-point rally, it might finally make the weekly lower high. Damn. That really sold off. Silver Shore could have bought me an island. Probably, dude. Silver's nuts. Yeah, with this, I'm definitely not looking along at all. I'd be looking for some type of lower high to set up. Do you ever catch some of the... Do I ever try to catch them? If they're moving like that, I'm not just going to stab in. But I'll 100% trade them. I've caught them on oil before. And it's more so just looking at the overall structure. Like, you could have caught this on ES if you're looking for the rejection of the open. If you're looking at the rejection of the open for a short, for possibly like a 15-minute lower high, you could have caught this potential trade. I was looking for it to break the open. It just didn't. Yeah. Did we just erase the entire New York? We did. We're at our entry from last night. That's kind of crazy. NQ's still drastically stronger structurally. It's not even at the New York Open yet, which is good, but there's nothing good about a move like this unless you're in it. Because if the market starts to really get aggressive here, we have this hourly lower high that kind of set. I'm going to delete this because it's just in the way. We already know I lost. It don't matter. But we have an hourly lower high kind of set. The 4 hours should be a lower high as well, since it didn't get above here. And we triggered that. Like I said, if we lose the low end of this range, which YM just did, so did RTY, these charts can get really ugly. We could see a really big move tomorrow to the downside. Emily called it. Guess you can't long forever. Oh, 100%. 47.5 entry, still holding it. Trimmed one for 10R on what, gold? Oil's at 97. Oh, yeah, we're cooked tomorrow. That's a beautiful short on gold. Yeah, see, we came down to that 20 area at least, which I was looking at. If this move doesn't reverse in the overnight, the market's in trouble tomorrow. I didn't see anything causing this. But this isn't a normal move. This is 100% news related. There ain't no way this is just a normal chart. I was literally hands off during that and about to long because of the structure. Was discussing on the 2-minute. I like shorts on gold, which made me want shorts, but high time frame looked too bullish. I wouldn't necessarily say high time frames on gold look too bullish unless you meant the indices. The indices, 100%, I could see that. NQ taken since price is not seen since Tuesday. Yeah, but Jake, here's where it gets funky. That gray line's last week's highs. We're already below it. So we're already now setting a weekly fair to go higher. If we hold below that, this is going to get a little ugly. And see, what I don't love is NQ is just a daily inside bar. Like, I wouldn't have been interested in shorting that anyway. I would rather see a more aggressive type of failure. But ES is well below yesterday's low already. So this could push even lower. We're 65 points low already. Ooh. Well, we saw the move. I'm sure some of you are absolutely banking on this. Was looking for 4,700 TP. For a second, I thought that said 7,400, and I was like, "Oh, you're bullish." No, you're on gold. Yeah, I mean that's the hard part. When you see something like this on gold, like a lot of times it's good to just get out of the way. I'm not going to be blindly longing this. If somehow in the next 20 minutes we set something up, I'm here for it. One thing that would be kind of crazy, even if this is news related, if we did something similar to, what was it, yesterday, end of day, big sell off, big reversal. If we did that, all this would do on the daily chart is give us a daily failure to go lower within the range. And within 20 minutes, I'd be leaning bullish again on ES. Not right now because this is weak. But 7120s is a massive pivot on ES. 26,884 is a massive pivot on NQ. If we hold this, I think risk is definitely worth it to the upside. But I'm not one to just stab here. I'd rather wait for a little bit of conviction, especially since I'm trading funded accounts. If I bought an eval, I would feel free to just be like, you know what, we're going to send this a little bit. With this, though, I might have to turn on some DGen hours if we're going to trade. Will Jake short the market? Jake loves shorting. Jake's a demon when he shorts. But if the market's bullish, we're not overly interested in shorting. This is New York brother, this is more than New York volatility. Plus, the thing is that people don't get to, with this type of move, if this happened during New York, you're looking insane. This is 250 points on NQ. And we're already back. See, all it wanted to do is just slightly spike our stop, and then we just go back long again. You know? It's just a slight stop out. Little wick. This is an earnings? No. I don't think Tesla's doing their call at 8:20 p.m. Could be. I don't know when their call is. Think about it, though. Now, we're back bullish, baby. Daily failure to go lower. Let's ride. I'm not in. I kind of wish I stabbed there, but I didn't have my eval up. I'm not sending that into funded. So I'm going to look at a few accounts. I might turn DGen hours and just send it. Yo, did you close the gold position? Me? Or the guy that's in gold? Because I'm not in gold. If you look at this too, what does it do? Massive spike. If we push back below, CL has a daily failure to go higher. We look at gold. Gold's doing exactly what we wanted. What did we want? A test of 70, bought back up if we want to be bullish. If this starts to close stronger, gets back near the open, we have a daily failure to go lower, failed the daily sell, the 3-bar play. Everything is playing out how we talked about. We just needed a 1% news candle to do it. But literally every chart is playing out exactly, except the indices. Obviously, I didn't call a 70-point move lower on ES that set a daily failure to go lower. Ron, I'm scared. Why are you scared? Two ways to do this. You either saddle up and just turn on the little DGen hours, or you sit out. Other than that, it's volatility. We're traders. I fucking love volatility. If I was feeling pure DGen, I probably would have just randomly bought as soon as the 2-minute started spiking higher. But I wasn't feeling that DGen yet. I might have to be a little DGen if we're going to keep trading this. But even look at gold. slam 20, got a little bit lower, and then we're right back where we were. I just bought 5 more accounts for tonight only. Put the sign up. Fuck. I mean, if everyone's going to start buying accounts, might have to put the sign up. Glad I trailed stop. Yeah, 100%. Oh, there's probably a lot of people that just made bank on that. No joke. The NQ, if you look at this chart, we just sold off 250 points and then immediately reversed 200. There's volatility to be caught. I'm on the sidelines, yeah, but I know some of you guys are absolutely bagging. Yeah, Jake, I'm more irritated you sent me the $20 back because, like, I lost the bet. I think he should buy an eval to eat. Motherfucker. All right. Dude, Jake, I don't know if you heard it. I did something dumb yesterday. I bought an eval to yeet. I ended up not yeeting it. What did I do? I forgot to put a discount in, paid full price. Now I paid like 60% extra on an eval that I didn't need to. All right, let's buy an eval. I might eat it into the sun. I'm going to go on Tradeify. I'm going to use code RT. I'm going to buy me a growth account. Because if we pass it, we got to try to pass it one day. Yeah, Jake said, so Jake did send me $100. If I buy this account and yeet it, I'm basically break even. It's solid risk to reward if you ask me. I can't complain about that. I'll take that risk to reward all day. And we still giving away 2 tonight? Ooh. All right. So we're still doing 2 account giveaways. So what I'll do, for those of you that know, don't start typing it. I'm not doing it yet. But I'll run 1 giveaway, pick one, and then I'll open it for 60 more seconds, and I'll just pick one out of the same batch. And folks, that's why you have a stop. That is 100% why you have a stop loss. Luckily, we got stopped out when it was moving slower. If you get this type of volatility, when you have a stop, your stop's going to be skipped by points. And you're going to lose a lot more than you wanted. I lost the exact amount I wanted, which I'm perfectly happy with. But all right, let me refresh this page. Let me see what eval I got. Oh, I have 2 evals. Yeah, because I have the one from yesterday and the one from today. Okay. Put this on this screen. If we see something, DGen hours is going up. 245 concurrent view. I didn't even see that. Y'all are legends. No stop loss. That's how you get the Lambo. Brother, if I turn the DGen hours on and you think I have a hard stop loss, you're mistaken. My cat will get us. If we get 350, I might give away a fucking account. But I don't have a code, so I'd have to buy one. I have to figure out how to buy one. The problem is, what do we want to do here? Because we already ripped. Oh, we gotta go to like the 2 minute. Just in case. You gotta preload the sign in. Well, if I'm degenning, pay less in commissions if I go ES. All right, let's take a long. Well, I'm going to do it. So I went long on an eval. 5 and 8. I got to make sure I set my parameters so it kicks me out. This is either going to straight up hit the loss limit on the day or pass. That's our options here. Loss limit's going to be tight for me. It's like 41. I got in at 47.25. So my loss limit's like there. I mean, you can target the open, but if we're doing DGen hours, is the open worth it? Or is that worth it? You know? Like if I'm going to throw away $100, I might as well make it worth it. So let's see what we can do. This segment is D10 hours. It's a happy hour, basically. Pretty much. I usually wait after. That's why we moved it back to start at 7. Because the first hour of Asia Open, or the afternoon open, sucks. What is this segment? This is basically just me turning on the little banner that says DGen hours because I'm going to be a complete degenerate on stream with the trade. Would I take this? 100%. 5-minute buy, high or low. I would take this. I'm just being aggressive with minis on an eval. So this account would actually pass. Oh, shit. At the open. If I hit the open, it passes. If I hit this low, daily loss limits hit. But luckily, the account will still be there. I just down 1,200. We still have no idea what that action was. It has to be something news related with the war, but I personally have no clue. I haven't seen anything. I have alerts set. I got nothing. You do this segment every night? No, not every night. This actually, I think it's the first time I've done it on stream. On this stream, I've done it in the Discord 100%. But it's just meaning that I'm trading an eval and I'm going to try to pass it in a trade. If it works, awesome. If not, oh well. I wouldn't have any issues taking this trade, to be honest, on a normal account in full transparency. Like taking this on a personal account with a stop at like 40. If we can target this, I would take that any day. Even though we just had news. But looking at the structure, higher low, we know the dailies are failed to go lower. We know the 4 hours is going to have a really long lower wick. Yeah, Jake, it is besides you with the Corona. I mean, unless you count that DGen hours, but we didn't trade. Yeah, all it is me just trading an eval, trying to pass it in one trade. It's just also I'm not gonna grab this, win this trade, and be like, you know what, caught an absolute banger and post like a $3,000 profit when it's just an eval. But I would have no issues taking this on a funded account, personally. Probably the orange man refilling his pockets. Where did you go in? Right here. On this, when it was bullish right here on this candle at 71.47.25. If I didn't realize the amount of contracts I waited, if we hit the open, the account's passed. So that'd be cool. Give us the bullworm. I would love another funded account on Tradeify. I'd be all for it. I took a CL long, maybe next DGen win or best DGen win. Dude, long in oil is the greatest DGen's way to do it. I'm just sitting eating tacos, root for the squat. Dude, now I want tacos. I'd buy tacos, but I spent my $100 on an eval. I'm fucking with you. What sucks about my house is I can't get DoorDash. Uber Eats, nothing. That sucks. My apartment, I ordered that stuff so often. I had restaurants a quarter mile from my house. If I want to go get food, it's a 10-minute drive. Jake, my neighbor's been riding a dirt bike for 2 hours straight, and last night they were using a chainsaw from 9 p.m. to like 11 p.m. No, you probably don't. My visiting here would be, you'd be like, what the hell do we do? You can go walk, but you got to walk down the road and hope a truck doesn't hit you. Good night, Com. Sounds healthy. It's nice. But the problem is if I run out of food, I just don't eat. Because, you know, the grocery store is 15 minutes away. Bro, look at that wick on oil. That is nuts. This could be a decent clip because we talked about it. Like, what happened? Like, imagine if, when I zoomed out, imagine if we just did what we did right here and all it did was give us a big failure to go lower. It's exactly what we did. We did what we did right there, and now we just have a big failure to go lower. Now, if we get over the open, this chart looks insanely strong. As crazy as that sounds after we just sold off 1%. Ryan, I'll have to look it up later. What am I up? All right. Yeah, so to pass this, I would need 62.50, which is essentially the open, without it getting below here. If we get down to 41, GG's. Liquidity sweep and I don't know much about the manipulation, but it could be. Iran said they were testing their defense systems. Yeah, but I also saw stuff today that Iran was dropping mines in the Strait. Like, it's just so much random shit that's being put out every single day. And it doesn't make any sense. It's hard to know what's true in the wild world of Twitter. Yeah, bullish. I always stack up. That's why I drive to Sam's Club. But now Sam's Club is where I used to live, and it's 35 minutes away. That sucks. Now I just go to Walmart. Everything is true on Twitter. Honestly, it's crazy because I get my news from Twitter. So I have to like decipher what's true and what's not. Most of the time, if it makes the market move, I'll be like, oh, okay, something's happening. If it doesn't, I'm like, all right, that doesn't matter that much. So we have oil back at the open after a slight 4.5% pullback. Gold above its open. Damn, we should have just long gold. That would have been 30 points already. That's crazy. Hopefully this holds, but if it pulls back, because there's a chance we get a 15-minute consolidation bar here. Then next one tries to figure out what direction we go. If it does that, likely get a hit a stop. Make a break for both. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You just call your friends in Iran and ask what's going on. Hey, can you go check the Strait real quick? See what's going on over there? Let me know. Is that insider trading? If you have someone that can actively go check. What up, Tay? How you doing? Why don't you stream on TikTok? I don't have a TikTok. I think I do have a TikTok. I think I posted like 2 things, and then I just never opened the app again. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of TikTok. Tradeify growth versus select, which is better? I bought the growth mainly because it's passing one day. It depends on how you want your payouts. Same thing with like Lucid, Pro, and Select. No, I forget the other one. The 2 Lucid accounts. It's just how you want your eval, how you want the payout. The Select on Tradeify, I believe, is 40% consistency on the eval, so it takes 3 days to pass. Where the growth you can pass in one day, and then the growth is 5 days to pay out, I think. And then the Select you can choose daily payouts, which is nice. It's technically public info if you're brave enough to go check. Agree. True. All right, should we absolutely wreck the chat and do the first giveaway? What do you guys think? We'll do one of 2. I see 100%, so let's do it. Switch futures options, but I'm technically not profitable, so my boy told me I'd never. Tay, that might be one of the dumbest things your friend could have said. To say since you're not profitable on options, you won't be profitable on futures is one of the dumbest comments someone could make, to be honest. Because with options, you have, I'll do the giveaway. Let me answer this first. With options, you have to deal with Greeks. You have to deal with theta, stuff like that. A lot of people will trade 0DTEs on options and they'll get crushed by theta. You can take a trade, like trading futures is simply structures. The way you get crushed on futures is one, you don't fully know your trade plan and your stops like your entry's just off. But you're trading the actual structure. If I'm trading this on 0DTE options and it's near end of day, every single one of these red candles is going to crush my P&L. If you stare at P&L, you're cooked. I think futures is easier. And to be honest, if you get good at futures, it'll amplify your trading on options because you are solely just focusing on price action. You're not paying attention to any Greeks. What I would recommend is, first off, try an eval, because worst case, you lose $100 and you have $2,000 to draw down on a 50K to deal with, and you can trade 2 micros. Like a good account to try with, because you wouldn't try to pass in a week, would be something like Lucid, where it's a one-time fee. It's a one-time fee of like $97 or something like that with code RAKE or RT. And you never get charged again unless you fail the account. You can trade 1 micro for a month straight and just barely work on your price action, your trading, and all of that. And then you end up scaling up. I think options and futures are two different, like completely different things. I think your friend's respectfully delusional for telling you that you won't be able to trade futures because you don't do well with options. I know people who got crushed on options and are doing insanely well on futures. I love Lucid. Is it true that futures are way more manipulated than options? Well, options are based off of the price action of futures. Like SPY is a derivative or an ETF of the S&P 500. We're trading the actual asset here with the S&P 500. But also, when you talk about manipulation, my biggest thing is who cares? Everything's going to be manipulated no matter what. I'm not going to look at a trade and be like, oh, my stop got hit here because of manipulation. No, it's just some news that happened that ended up fading back. I got stopped. I'll find another trade. It ain't going to bother me. When you start getting stuff like that in your head too much, that's when you can get cooked. I can get stopped here and I can say, they manipulated it. We should have gone to the open. Not really. We're in a volatile ass price action right now. If we spike down back to here and then rip back higher, I'd be like, makes sense. Market's volatile. Yeah, everything's manipulated, no matter what way you look at it. We're the small fish in a big pond just trying to chase what the big fish do. That's the end goal. Gosh darn Jamie Dimon. That's the funny thing is when people are like, the market makers are running my stop. I promise you, the market makers do not give a shit where your stop is on your 50K eval. I can bet my entire family lineage that they don't care where your stop is on that eval because it doesn't even show up on anything. Does this mean I'm being manipulated? Probably. Right now you're being manipulated, you know? What platform you guys recommend I start on? I need a user-friendly platform. Tay, I don't care if you do or don't. It's just to help you. Do you follow me on Instagram or are you in the Discord? If you do, shoot me a DM. I have a Trade-Evate walkthrough video that'll at least help you a little bit. It's not posted anywhere. I just have it. So shoot me a DM. I'll send that to you to help you out. And then I would just recommend Trade-Evate to start. It'll get you used to it. TradeC is really good as well. I don't have a breakthrough on that, so I can't help you there. But it'll just at least teach you how to do stuff. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can just shoot me a DM on Discord. That's fine. Shoot me a friend request and a DM on Discord if you are there, if you're in our Discord. It's going to break to the upside. Hopefully. I don't know. Right now we're sideways. If we break our entry area, we likely go back, test these lows. If we break here, we likely go test here. That's how I'm looking at it. Pray for me. I want to build to the end of the year. I mean, beautiful bullish. I'm happy for you. That's a really nice futures account to run with. All I heard was full port. Jake, we already full. Well, I didn't full port because or what's the max on a 50K? Is it 4 or 5 minis? I might have full ported. I full ported. Yep. If it's 4, I full ported. All right. Well, DJ hour sign is up, so it is what it is. Congrats, you've been liquidated. Please don't. Nice. Yeah, 25K counts are nice, especially if you're trading micros. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do the first giveaway. What you're going to do, those of you that know it, don't fucking spam it. I know you're going to. I know someone already probably typed it. You're going to do ! Enter. However, you can type this as many times as you want. It doesn't matter until I start the giveaway. Once I start the giveaway, you'll see Streamlabs that's been replying to stuff say, hey, you can now enter the giveaway. Then you just have to type this once in the chat, send it, and you'll get a reply saying you're in the giveaway. With that, though, we are going to do a 3-minute timer. So let me change this to 3. I'm going to do confirm. We are going to start the giveaway. Chat just said, feel free to enter. So ! Enter. As long as you get a reply, you are in. What I'm going to do, though, if you're in this one, since we're giving away 2, I'm going to leave all the entries in. I'm not going to close it. I'm going to reopen it afterwards. So those of you that, for some reason, take 4 minutes to type ! Enter can still get in. You'll get a chance in the second one. But if you are in the chat right now, it's a free 50K, I believe, Tradeify account. One of the best prop firms out there. All you have to do, ! Enter in the chat, send it. And you have a chance to win. It's that easy. We don't ask nothing. If you already did it in your board, feel free to hit the like button on the stream, maybe subscribe to YouTube, and congrats if you win. Nope. Alex, one word, ! And enter. Not ! Enter. Type it all out like this right here. So ! Type enter, and then hit enter. Then you'll be in. It said the giveaway started, but I don't see the normal screen that I normally. There we go. There's 106 of you guys in. There's a minute 30 left. There are 100 of you guys. How did we lose 20 people when we started the giveaway? Who leaves it stream when you start the giveaway? That don't make no sense. But there's 140 of you guys in here. There's currently 112 in the giveaway. If you want a chance to win the account, all you have to do is type ! Enter, and then press enter. Happy, do it one time, not 15. I don't know. It might work, but I just know you at least got to type it normally once. 120 of you. There's still 110 people not doing it. I don't know if you just don't want an account. I don't know if you're really slow at typing, but you have 60 seconds left till the first winner's picked. 130 of you. Okay, 10 more got it. All you gotta do, ! Enter, and then press enter. As long as you get a reply from Streamlabs, you're in. So a lot of people getting in. 140. Can we get 250 viewers on stream? So close. 140 in, 18 seconds left. If you haven't typed it, you better type it now or else you're not in the first giveaway. I don't know what to say there. If you haven't typed it, you better type it. I'm going to look to see how many likes are on the stream. Hopefully I'm not depressed. Hopefully you guys have actually liked the stream and supported. Let's see how many we got going. 170 likes. I think we can get 200 before the next giveaway easily. All right. You can no longer do it. Stop spamming real quick. Hild, H-I-L-D, Hildina. Next time I open it, you want to type the exclamation part first. There you go. You want to type it like that. But first giveaway is closed. I was waiting till you guys slowed down a little bit, and now I'm going to pick the winner. So auto pick. Justin Salvador. Justin. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you can, just take a little screenshot of your YouTube profile. Shoot me that over. I'm going to screenshot this so I have your name. But congrats, Justin. You just got a 50K, I believe, TradeFi account. Let me put this in here so I remember who did it. We will do the second one. What if I don't have an IG? Do you have a Discord? I mean, next best thing is going to be Discord. Rigged. All right, Connor. TradeFi growth. Oh, beautiful account. I mean, to be fair, that's what I'm currently degenning. The trade I took is TradeFi growth. But no, all you're going to do is go to this Instagram if you're not following me, which if you aren't, oh well. I don't care. I'll still give it to you. This will give you the Instagram link. So you'll just click on that, shoot me a DM, send me a little screenshot of your thing saying you won, and I'll send you the code for it. You just got a free account. Yeah, it's Discord and Twitter. Perfect. Yeah, bullish. Discord works perfectly fine. Also, if I have to, I can DM someone on Twitter. I have a Twitter. I just don't use it. We're at 190 likes, guys. I ain't even thinking about the second giveaway to at least get 200. There's 245 people in here. We should at least have 200 likes. How will these giveaways affect the price action? Usually bullish. If we give away, the more accounts we give away, the higher the price goes. Since we started these, the market's only gone up. So it's just how it goes. Oh, so all the counters are just protesting, saying it's rigged. All right. See how it is, counters. Y'all are banding together. Moonshot, 100%. I was hoping, we'd do the giveaway and then it would hit past the eval. Hell yeah, give away the second one. Now it's fighting it. It might go back down. 15-minute inside bar. I'd like to see it break higher, but that 5-minute doesn't look too promising. What's gold look like? Gold is just, if anyone bought, did anyone somehow buy 47.20? Did anyone just look at that when we reclaimed it and say, you know what? We talked about that level. I'm going to long it. If you did, I hope you printed. Oil's still weak. Indices don't look bad. We just need more of a little failure to go lower here to break back over 57. I don't know, man. I heard the market maker saying, give us an eval. We going up higher than my grandma. Oh, so for me to hit target, we gotta give away another one. Giveaways or buy signals. I mean, I can't confirm or deny that, but they've been working so far. The more we give away, the better the trades have been. So yeah, Ryan, if you're not in, Ryan, there's nothing wrong with just waiting. I'm in on an eval if I either pass it or I hit daily loss limit at the lows. Can we do another giveaway but give it to me? Connor, I think I might just take you out of the giveaway because you said it was rigged. I can go in there and go to your name specifically and be like, you know what? This guy doesn't even get an entry. I'll really rig it. If I shorted SanDisk, was that SNDK? I'd ask if your chart's inverted. Because why are we shorting this? Especially right next to 1,000. 1,000's got to hit. That's like shorting NQ today right before it hit 27,000. It just doesn't make sense. Let it hit first and then test it. I saw a car tanked today. It's funny because even degens wouldn't know what to do with this price action. I mean, I went off the higher low 5-minute 3-bar or 2-minute 3-bar play. I'm perfectly fine with my entry. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's also my mindset on every trade. Nah, just take that Connor out. Oh, Connors are going against each other now. What kind of risk did I take on what trade, Diego? Oh, guys, we're at 197 likes. 3 of you better like the stream that haven't liked it already. We are still holding 240 of you beautiful people in here at 9 p.m. My God. I was happy when I was streaming in the Discord to 60. Yeah, Diego. This is a trade. Well, there's two types of risk on this trade, right? With this trade, one, it's an eval. That's why I threw the little pretty red degen hours up. But Jake sent me $100, so because chat literally like forced him to do it. But no, I love Jake. So I took the $100, bought an eval, and we got obviously there was some volatility off news. My risk on this trade is quite frankly the $100 Jake just sent me. Because if the eval blows, I lose the $100. If it passes, I just technically got a funded account because of the chat. If we hit the open. So that's cool. Appreciate you guys. If it hits though. But no, the risk here is the percentages doesn't matter. I'm using a stop just below these lows from where I got in on this candle. So that candle's low. If we get the push up towards the open, I like it. I honestly like it up towards yesterday's highs. I would take this trade on a funded account as well. I would just more so a little degenerate. 212. I'm going to do the giveaway no matter what, but I think you guys can get to 225. It's only 13 likes. No matter what, you're getting the giveaway. That's just showing support. What's gold doing? Gold's at the open. Oil is fighting its open. Okay, so we have a few things at their open right now, which should determine this. If NQ gets the pop to the open, ES should follow shortly behind. It's crazy how everything already faded their moves completely. That's the thing too, chat. You guys are getting 2 giveaways. The other streams, I think Jake's might have. But the other streams didn't get 2 giveaways. So, sparking a J up. Oh, hell yeah. Jake loves you already. Sauna pics. Right, imagine I just loaded that. I think Ron needs another $100 for another funded account. You guys want me to stream till 10 o'clock. If not doing a little 50-50. Diego, my normal risk is going to be like 5 points on ES, 5 to 7. And then I'm usually looking for like 12 to 15 ideally for first kind of target. Yeah, Ryan, just not often. Sorry, I'm used to calling the other Rye. So if I call you Rye, that's why. But yeah, Ryan, not overly often. I do it. I'm also the type where I can just take like 1-2 hits and I'll be coasting. I'm nowhere near Jake. If I hang out with Jake, I go to the moon. Was there any news? Iron, we have not figured out what the news was. 24-hour stream. Evan, you realize what that would entail for me to do is I would have to stream till 1 a.m. Alan gets off at 3. I get back on at 3. Stream till 8 to when Jake gets on. Jake gets off at 11. I get back on at 11. Stream till 2 when Christian gets on. And then that's the day. Oh, Jake has gotten me in, like the highest I've been has been with Jake. And it wasn't even on purpose. Are you in any trade right now? Yeah, I'm in ES. I'm on an eval though. Just being on. It really doesn't matter if I'm on an eval or funded. It's just me being transparent. Just means more caffeine. I could do it. We want 24 hours of meat. Big Austin. So at that point, I would have to take over the entire channel for 23 hours and just have everyone pop in as guests. Jake would probably laugh his ass off and call me insane. That'd be funny to do one day. Not this week. Not this week, but one day. Iron, we haven't seen any news. What's the fastest way to pass a 50K eval on Tradeify? You're actually looking at it. This is not advice. I don't recommend it, even though I did it. Is buy a growth account, slam 4 minis on a trade you like, and hope for the best. That's the fastest way to pass it. Best way to pass it is to take a few days and actually take good trades. Let's do some Rust. Zay. No. I'll die. Crypto for the 1 hour the market's closed. Does Tradeify launch their crypto thing? Because I know they talked about it. Yeah, and pray. That's the biggest thing. Just hope it goes good. I'm so down. Jake, you're not supposed to agree. You're not supposed to agree to me running a 24-hour stream. U.S. Central Command has cemented the Strait of Hormuz blockade, saying 31 vessels have been directed to turn around in the blockade, as no vessel allowed. Craziest thing is, so hear me out. We weren't going to do peace because they were doing the blockade. We said, fuck it. We took over the blockade. And now they're not doing peace until we stop doing the blockade. Am I missing something here? Because the math's ain't mathing to me. This don't make no goddamn sense. And the whole time, oil's going up and the U.S. is just dumping oil. Fake news. Let's do a wrong meme coin and rug pull it. I mean, we can make some money. Oh my God, Steve, that'd be amazing. Just let us know when we're pulling it. Yeah, Cowboy. We'll let you know through YouTube, since there's a 2-second delay, exactly when we're doing it. The exact second. It'll be right there, I promise. That stream might accidentally be a 20-second delay. All proceeds go to giveaway accounts. Your Honor, we did it for a reason. We did it to give back to the community. We robbed our entire community so we could give it back to them. IDK, why I'm feeling oil shorts? Probably because it just sold off 5%. I mean, if you look at this chart, is that something you want to long? At least for me, no. Let us know after you hit the sell button. Perfect. We can do that easily. All right. So what I'm going to do, since we don't have a timer. Yeah, so Justin won the first account. There's still 230 of you in here. Probably some new viewers that weren't in before. We're going to see if this helps push the market up. We're going to relaunch the giveaway. Before I do it, those of you that were in do not have to type enter. I know you're going to spam it anyway. I'm just saying you don't have to. If you entered before, you're still in. There's 145 of you guys already in this giveaway. If you weren't in, you type this, ! The word enter, and then press enter. Don't type ! And then the enter key. Type the word out, please. If you want in. Well, if you don't want in, oh well. I'm going to leave this open. What are we going to do? 3 minutes? Since we did get 225 likes. I think 3 minutes. We'll do 2.5. I'm going to set a stopwatch this time. So we'll do 2.5. It's not up yet, so you guys are just typing for nothing. Sucks to suck. But I'm going to start the timer, 2.5 minutes. If you don't get in, this is 5.5 total minutes of giveaways that you couldn't type 6 letters and push enter. I just don't know what to tell you at that point. So with that, resume entries. Go ahead. Moke. Now y'all can spam. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. If you don't get, you were not going to see a lot of replies because 145 of you guys are already in. All right, 157. We got some new ones. I want this to at least get to 200. There's 200 plus of you guys in here. There should be no reason this doesn't get to 200. If you want a free account, enter the giveaway. All right, 160. We're getting up there. Can we get 175? Happy. I still don't know if that works or not. If it does, let me know. But I don't know if typing it 12 times actually gets you in. $166. There's still 50 of you that just don't want a free account. I respect it. Don't understand it, but I respect it. Yeah, if you're already in, you don't have to do it. If you get one reply, you get it. If you want to spam the chat for fun, spam the chat for fun. We got 175. You got a minute and 10 seconds left. If you already did it, feel free to like the stream. If you didn't subscribe already, go to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you somehow, if during the news, if you blew an eval or an account, can always get a new one. Code RAKE in most prop firms works. Code RT. 185. 45 seconds left. If you haven't typed it, I don't know what to tell you. There's almost 200 of you in here. Love to see it. Oh, y'all are spamming the chat. Hell yeah. 25 seconds. If you don't get in, I don't know what to tell you. Unless you just don't want it. If you don't want in, that's fine. But if you don't get in, I don't know what to say. But also, if you end up leaving somehow, you won't know you won. So someone literally typed exclamation point spam. Matt, day one, you're already trying to get me canceled? Man says, say a slur. No. Oh, I gave you guys an extra 10 seconds. If you got in those 10 seconds, congrats. If you didn't, you had quite literally 5 minutes and 45 seconds and you didn't get in. Don't know what to tell you. So, all right, calm down. Calm down. No spams. Let's calm down. What happened during that big drop? None of us know. Couldn't tell you. Some news. Make me a winner. Well, exclamation point slur is crazy. I don't know what to tell him. Sucks to suck. Fair. All right. Who wins? Jurlee. Jurlee, are you in the chat? Are you here? If so, you won. If not, I got to pull again. Hell yeah. All right. If you follow me on Instagram, shoot me congrats with this. Half the chat loves when people win. The other half is so pissed. All right, Jurlee. So exclamation point, Insta, Ron. If you aren't following me on Instagram, you don't have to. Just shoot me a DM. And just take a screenshot of your YouTube. Send it to me, and I'll get you the account. Should be a Tradeify 50K growth account. It's one of the greatest accounts out there. And congrats. But that does conclude the giveaways today. I'm sorry, guys. If you didn't win, better luck next time. That's crazy bullshit. When you guys were spamming it, it went up. I closed the giveaway, and it started going down. Are we doing 3 giveaways? No, we're not doing 3 giveaways. What's your Instagram? The link right above your message. It's Rong Trades, RONG Trades. Here, I'll do it again. So Insta, the bot should post a link here, and it'll give you the Instagram account. If you just screenshot your YouTube, send it to me, you'll get it. Bullshit. Yeah, so just click that link. Go ahead, just shoot me a DM. I identify as Jurlee. You guys are out of pocket. Evan, you can't say 200 likes and I run a 24-hour stream when we're already over 220. That's not how this works. You can't just say a number that we're already above and say, you know what? Nope, that works. However, we are close to 250. If 10 of you haven't liked the stream, that'd be a new like high for me. So, good night, Hitch. Have a good one, brother. I do want to say I appreciate the 220, 30 of you that are on. Obviously, the numbers are dipping. We finished the giveaway. It's 9 o'clock. I normally end stream here. But I appreciate those of you that are still on. I'll chill out for a little bit as long as chat's still vibing. I'm not dire to get out of here. I believe it or not, I actually like you guys a little bit. You're not that bad. No matter what Jake says about you. Appreciate you, brother. One like and I stream for 100 hours straight. I'll do that if Jake decides to turn on the donos and I get all the proceeds. I'll stream for 100 hours because I know you guys are legends. Actually, no. I should not say 100 hours. 24. I would not do 100 hours. No. 100 is fucking nuts. I would stay awake for 24 though. If all of those parameters hit, I'd do it. 100 is nuts. I would not do 100. Y'all not watching me sleep. I don't rock like that. Also, if I did that, like that's the thing with streamers when they do that and they sleep, dude. People who just sit there and watch them sleep, y'all are weird. Just watching people sleep, weird as hell. No, Big Austin. I do need YouTube clips because like part of the thing I'm supposed to be doing is I got to rewatch all my videos. 'Cause I'm supposed to be marking times for clips when I do them, but I'm too focused on talking to you guys, so I don't do it. 100% weirdos. But no, all that brings up a good point. Those of you that are on every day, and I know there's like 100 plus of you that are on every day. If you see a good moment in the stream that's like, hell yeah, this would be a good post, let a brother know. Let me know, like, hey, this time slot, great clip. Appreciate you. All right, Matthew, that's a little extreme. No, Tay. No. I can tell you, when I was affiliate with Apex, which I don't have any affiliates anymore. I'm fully under RT. So if you were using any of my codes before, use code RT because I don't have them. Jurley. It's not letting you send a pic? That's weird because I get people trying to do marketing for me all the time and get 200 DMs. Requests, Jurley. Okay. I mean, you have the same name, so you're good on the pic. You don't have to worry about it at all. Send me, I just closed your message though. Send me another one so I don't forget about it. Bullish, chill. Calm down. Settle the fuck down. Evan, honestly, anything. If you look at Jake's second Instagram, they're posting all the clips from the other streamers. I'm the only one without one because I have to go back and watch like 12 hours of streams and find clips. And that sucks. Did I ever get a payout from Apex? 100%. But no, Tay, it's that theory that people say that streamers get better privilege is complete bullshit. Obviously, I'm not like a Patrick Whelan type of streamer, so or even affiliate, so I don't know how that like if there's there. But no, we don't get privilege. At least I don't. So it would be 99.9% of affiliates wouldn't get it. Just because I don't know what that 0.001% how they are, you know. But no, Jake doesn't get special privilege. I don't get special privilege. If I blow an account, I blow an account. I gave Apex a shitload of money. A lot of money. Yeah, Christian, that's the hard part is so many of my streams, I go on rants and I just got to go back and listen to all those rants. The first stream was nuts, especially with me and Jake. And then the first solo stream. Yeah, Steve, that's a fire idea. See, just stuff like that. Good ideas. Yeah, Cytosine, that's what I do a lot too. I'm just chilling because I'm not dire to get off stream. If y'all need to get off stream, get off stream. It's already been 70 people that left. Is what it is. I expect it. If this hits, awesome. If not, I hit daily loss limit and I just trade the account like normal. Unless we go another DGen hours at some point. I got 2 evals. I can always get more. Can you see all the stream watch time by user? Let's see. I can view your channel activity, pin your message. I can put you in timeout, or I can hide you. I can view your channel activity. No, but I can see every message anyone's ever put. Yeah, Eric, it's safe to say you've been in every stream. This is the longest message feed I've ever seen on a name I've clicked on so far. But normally I'm only clicking on names of people that just like fuck up. Eric, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Also, I'll get back to your DM after the stream. We'll get you all situated. Just take a little breather. It sucks. It happens. I've blown accounts multiple times before. This eval might get yeeted. if this pullback keeps happening. It's just an unfortunate thing that YouTube Rewind bought a hit. That's going to be sick when we get to YouTube Rewinds and see how long people have actually watched these streams. Because by then, you have up to 10 hours a day. How many likes to put me in timeout? What do you want me to just end stream? You want me to just sit here and throw up this real quick? You get? The only person that can put me in timeout is Jake. But the problem is all of us have access to Jake's account. So anybody can technically put me in timeout. Make or break? Yeah, agreed. We have to hold the entry area or else this is going to go slam and stop. What account was that? All right. I can't tell you the last time I've traded 4 minis. So I went full DGen music, or full DGen hours this time. Fucking gold got me. I mean, that's the thing. The one thing I will say is right now, yes, I'm in a trade. Yes, it's technically more aggressive. Yet y'all got to remember what just happened. I'm expecting volatility. That's why I'm in an eval. If this slams down, I don't care. Even if I was in on a funded account, I would expect it. I can expect the market to go either direction here just because of what's going on. We have oil just sold off 5% into the open. It could easily hold the open and go right back up throughout the overnight. It wouldn't be that crazy of a thing to happen. Especially if gold's going to lose the open, could easily pull back. We could pull back half of this move, set an hourly like inside bar, and then continue on the next candle, right? We have a lower wick, but doesn't necessarily mean this has to be bullish. None of the candles actually closed below the prior hourly low, so we could easily push back lower. I definitely don't think this trade has to work out, but I think if it does get above this like 56, we should get the open. If we get over the open, we should easily go towards high day. What was your thought when taking these longs? It was more so looking at the higher low set right here that ended up triggering. I got in on the trigger candle, and then at 3-bar played back to the upside. I was looking for more so the open. And then if we got above that, I would look for continuation there. So I was just taking a little bit of a higher risk trade. Only real reason it's higher risk is because of the volatility. If it wasn't for that volatility, I would take this type of setup every time without any questions asked. Although, yeah, I've been in on it. And it really doesn't matter if I say this or not. I'm in on an eval. It's just me being transparent. If this trade hits, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I made $2,000. I passed an eval. That's it. Nothing crazy. The problem is we might consolidate till the end of the 4 hour, and that's 45 minutes. That could be 45 more minutes of just sitting in this low range. Did I win the giveaway? No, Aldo. I'm sorry, you did not. Right. I got 4 on this. So I 100% full ported this eval. I thought full port was 5. I just said 4 because it was a nice round number. Short it, 100% could. If we break that entry area and we hold below 71.50s, this could easily go back towards the lows. Yeah, no, I got $100 from Jake. Whole story. Jake gave me $100. What did I do? Bought an eval. What did I do with that eval? Full ported that shit. Well, sometimes it'd be like that. All in on Rudder Black, pretty much. Then they kissed. You can't prove that. You can't prove that at all. It might have happened. Can't confirm nor deny it. I'll see you later, Bullish. You have a good one, bro. How about the Pro or the Flex? Pro or the Flex. That's on Lucid, right? Flex is going to be the 2-day consistency to pass the eval, but 5-day to pay out. So you need 5 days of $150. I personally like the Flex because you're not capped on what you can make in a day. Where the Pro, you can pass in 1 day, but you have that consistency on the eval or on the funded. So it all depends. Some people love one option, some people love the other. I love the one that doesn't restrict me on the funded account, so that's the one I usually go with. Yeah, Tay, I got you, brother. Don't worry. Trust me. You can ask chat. I'm not going to bed anytime soon. It ain't even close to my bedtime. I'll be up. Mainly just right around the 7150 area, but also just the possible higher low we set right here, and then we ended up triggering. Because once we trigger, we should go test this. If we're able to continue to hold above this, we should go up to the open. If we break the open, we should go up to here. All that didn't really happen, right? We tested this, kind of failed so far. Now, if we end up breaking back lower, we're likely going to go test this low right here at 39, which would in fact stop me out. Oil's seeing a little bit of a rejection. Have a good one, James. I keep messing up on the fourth day before payout. Just crash and burn the account. Christian, are you normally in profit a decent amount by then? Ibra? That's what I'm probably just gonna call you. Ibra. Normally I'm out by like 9-ish. So like 17 minutes ago. But I've said it before. If chat's vibing and I'm in a good mood, I'm here. I don't have any problem. Yeah, I'm usually over. Number one thing people do wrong there, Christian, is they continuously try to build the account. What I do, let's say I'm over the buffer, I can get a payout. I set my account parameters to kick me out at $175 because I need 150 to log the day. Then I'll take a trade that I think can make me 250 or 300, risking maybe 100, and I'll just let that trade work. Once it gets to that log point, I'll let it kick me out. And I do not care. I don't care if that trade would have made me $5,000 because my goal is to secure that payout and log that day. Once I'm at a certain point, that is my entire goal for that. And that's how I personally like to do it. So I don't have to stare at the P&L. All I have to do is find one decent setup where I can risk $100, at least make 2R, and then I set that so that way it kicks me out in the middle of the trade. Tay, you kind of answered your own question with the leverage aspect, but I'll go into it. Because you're like, I don't know, like the reason between all the funded stuff, it's risk to reward in the end. Like with this account, let's say I get a payout with it. It cost me $100 to get. If I pass it, I can easily work towards a payout. If I get the max payout, it's $2,000. That's 20R right there. Now, mind you, most of the time it's going to take people more than one eval. It takes me more than one eval at times. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, from a newer trader perspective, the overall risk required to put into the market is a lot less. I wish I had funded accounts when I started because I wouldn't have lost $50,000 to options. I would have just traded futures. That would have been a shitload of funded accounts that I would have had to have blown. So I think it's just a really good way to get into the market and try to learn it from a lower perspective. I think if prop firms do like end up dissipating, which I don't see really happening anytime soon, a lot of people will be in trouble because people are used to trading 5 accounts at a time or 20 accounts with Apex. And they'll make $200 with 20 Apex accounts and say they just made $4,000. No, they didn't. They caught a $200 trade across 20 accounts. That's how I view it. But yeah, I think it's just overall risk. Plus, a lot of people, like for me, I was in a good spot financially just from my prior work where I had money to risk and I was able to make the dumb decisions I did. Most people, if they lose $1,500, $2,000, they're not going to be doing well. So this gives people that may not be doing insanely financially well, but they're financially stable enough to be able to, let's say, risk a couple hundred, couple $1,000s, a chance at least trying to learn something. No, Big Austin, I definitely don't. I've already paid enough tuition in the market that I could have gone to college. Hopefully, Angel. Number one thing I would say is, especially when volatility, and this is huge, when volatility shows up in the market like this, you don't need big size at all to do well. Let's say you were being aggressive and you longed yesterday's lows once we got back over it. Just this one candle alone here, 31 points. If you have 2 micros, that's $320. That's a beautiful trade. As the volatility comes in, you don't need immense amount of size. You just need really good entries and to know your overall risk. I'm not saying you're oversized. I'm just saying that is a general statement. When would you take a payout? Aldo, typically I'm going to take it as soon as I can for the most part. Because what I do with the first payout is just take a payout. I leave a buffer in the account enough. Like my ideal buffer is probably like 1,500 if I can leave it at that. Maybe absolutely 1,200 at the bare minimum. But if I'm at 1,200, I'm trading a lot lower size. And it's just, I'll take it as soon as possible. But I'm also typically going to be looking for like at least $1,000 on a payout. And I'm going to leave it that way. Just because what I can do then is use that payout to, one, either pay myself, or two, I'll look to get more evals that I can start compounding accounts. But buffer's going to differ from person to person. Some people want only max payouts, and that's fine. If you only want a max payout, you might have to trade the account longer. Not a very eventful degen trade? No. It was eventful in the beginning. Now it just sucks. No. I mean, Tay, it depends. If you're okay losing money, then you can start your own self-funded. If you don't want to, because the thing too is with prop firms, you're going to have rules that you have to follow with guidelines. You know, it's just how it is. So if you're actually just trying to trade your way, not have to worry about any of that, and you have capital where you really don't care, if let's say you end up losing $1,000 trading futures, you can self-fund a futures account easily and just trade one micro till you get the hang of it and then figure out the sizing you want to use. I use self-funded accounts as well. Yeah, Jason. So the micro for the YM is going to be real simple. It's MYM. The micro for RTY is delusional for some reason, and it's what M2K. I don't know how I forgot it. I think it's M2K. Yeah, M2K. Appreciate you, Tay. I mean, that's the goal. That's the entire goal. Like, I don't have to be here. If I desperately wanted to, I could have got off stream 24 minutes ago. But I'm having a great time, so I'm not going to leave. I don't care. At some point, I'll just be like, you know what? We've been on here long enough. I'll hop off. Somehow, there's still 155 of you guys chilling here with me, and I fucking love you guys. That's the thing. And that's why I love this session. With New York session, you obviously see Jake has to lock in at times with trades because of how fast it moves. With this, I'm mainly finding an entry, just going ahead, taking it, and just like, all right, what are we doing, chat? What are we talking about? Why was I trading IWM for months? Zay, because all you wanted was the bullworm, brother. All you wanted was the bullworm. But also, one thing I will say is I haven't even started like playing music yet on my streams, and there was still 250 of you guys in here. I fucking love y'all. I just saw it break Yalis while I was cutting tomatoes. No, you said something about J Groove, didn't you? Hey, J Groove's a beast. Bust out that Yankee Doodle. Yeah, you guys, I gotta find that. Because dude, this is where Claude is. There's times where I think Claude is useless. 100%. Because obviously there's stuff that it doesn't know. But let me find. I asked Claude for copyright songs that I could play for you guys on stream. And I'm pretty sure some of you would love it. Some of you would be pretty pissed. Because this is the list that it currently gave me. When the Saints go marching in, you are my sunshine. Take me out to the ball game. Yankee Doodle and Amazing Grace. If I just started blasting Amazing Grace, first off, we'd be vibing. But second of all, what the fuck? Yeah, that is the only answers that Claude gave me that I could play on YouTube and not get a copyright strike. Ali, I'll work on music for tomorrow's stream. The number one thing I got to do is figure out the sound because I just got to figure out exactly where it's coming from so I don't make you guys go deaf. Can we get you or my... You guys actually fuck with all the music. Yankee Doodle or Amazing... Wait. Daniel, what? That would be tough. What I want to do is get like a... You got to get a dubstep version or like a house mix version of Yankee Doodle. Like all those songs, except for Amazing Grace, because I feel like that'd just be like a little disrespectful. I don't know. But all those songs just get like a good version of it. AI is trained to agree with you. I know. AI had me work on something for a stream for 90 minutes straight and then tell me that after 90 minutes, they're like, oh, yeah, that'll never work. I don't know why you wanted to do that. I was like, bitch, you fucking told me it would work. All right, Big Austin, you motherfucker. I do have a big ass head. Yeah. When they make hats, and it's been like this my whole life, if there's a hat that says one size fits all, that's a goddamn lie. It doesn't even come close to fitting on my head. I appreciate you, Matt. Also, appreciate you being new to the stream and you're that active that you're number 3. I mean, I thought I had loyalists in the chat, but you're getting smoked by a guy who it's his first day on stream. You won't play it. I don't have a cowboy hat. But the second one would be easy to get, or the third part would be easy to get. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's the one thing about me too, is people always ask, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? I don't have a favorite basically anything. Because I'm so open-minded about everything. I'll listen to nearly any type of music completely. All right, King, you're really going to make me answer that question? Yeah. The last snap fits me on a snapback. Yes, that is exactly how they fit me. Now, when I buy snapbacks now, I buy the mammoth hats. And that should say all you need to know. What was I saying? Oh, with favorite stuff. I don't have a favorite like anything. I don't know why. I never have. Like, I don't have favorite foods. I mean, I have like a group of foods I like. Like people say, what's your favorite food? I love Mexican food. I love like sushi and I love like burgers. I don't have a favorite. Same with like music. I listen to nearly everything. Colors, don't have a favorite because I can't see half of them anyway. So that doesn't matter. Jesus Christ. What do you mean, Jesus Christ? What? What'd I say? So far, this is looking like it's going to hit our stop. I kind of wish it would just go to it. But we're just chilling on an hourly inside bar. All right, Big Austin. All right. You know, the Ohio slander in this chat today has been astronomical. Astronomical. It is by Columbus, though. Columbus isn't like all it's cut out to be. But I've heard Lost Lands is great. There's nothing bad about Ohio. We just get like multiple tornadoes all of a sudden. If it's not in the winter, so you'll be fine. In the summer, it's humid as shit for no reason at all, especially by the lake. I thought it was wonderful that because we have a pond in our backyard, even though it's technically our neighbor's pond. I was like, sick. I'm gonna go like clean up shit by the pond, like all the sticks and stuff for when we mow the grass. Forgot pond mosquitoes. That sucks. Now the back of my yard is gonna be infested with mosquitoes the entire summer. Looking forward to that one. I'm in Wisconsin, got to stand on business, brother. I would talk shit, but you got cheese. Like I can't talk shit on a place that's just known for cheese. That's Wisconsin, right? Yeah, that is. All right. Yeah, dude, I fucking love cheese. I can't talk shit on a place that's known for cheese. To be fair, where I am though, there's a lot of Amish, so it's pretty cool. Cheese plus beer. We got beer. We got distilleries. We got Great Lakes. Hell yeah, brother. Also, not a single person has dropped off in the last 30 minutes, which is kind of wild. Just moved to Austin, Texas. Bro, I've like thought about moving, but first off, I'd have no clue where I'd go because everyone's like, "Oh, where would you want to live, beach or mountain?" My answer is yes. Give me a beach and a mountain. I'll take both. That's why I want to be rich. I don't want to like buy Lamborghinis and shit. I want a house near the beach and a house near the mountains. I can just be like, you know what? I want to go there, and I just go there. That's it. Easy. Honestly, I could get rich as hell. Probably still wouldn't leave Ohio. Probably just build a big ass compound. Because with what most people pay in rent, I could have a like entire compound. Zay, you better get out of here, brother. See you later, Tay. Have a good night. I'm probably hopping out soon. I'm just watching, listening, messing with chat. No one likes the Packers. I mean, the problem is the Packers are like slightly better than the Steelers. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off like this, especially because I know people are gonna talk shit. I'm a Browns fan. Congrats, we suck. What else are you gonna say, right? But the Steelers are the greatest 500 team to ever exist. They can't beat 500. They can't lose 500. They make it to the playoffs, get first rounded every year. Congrats. Packers, I feel like they're a little bit better. They always make it to the playoffs, and then they never make it. Y'all just can't get there. You make it to the playoffs, but you can't get to where you need to go. But no, the Packers are a good team. Every time I see them, like I bet on the Packers all the time. You're saying I can just buy a mountain in Japan, like an entire mountain? Like I can just be like, you know what, that one, I want it. Like when people buy islands, Packers are buns. They're not bad, but also you got to remember, my team's the Browns, brother. What? Ain't no the only like there's no one that's more buns. We quite literally threw a parade because we went 0-16. And we had like 2 million people show up to that parade. I might get my daily hit here in a second. I have until 41 gets me. I definitely, if I was one contract lower, this trade might work, but I'm definitely going to get hit. See you later, Steve. I'm probably hopping off in a second anyway. I expect ES to spike down. If it does, I'm going to call it. No, I used to live in Pittsburgh. I lived in Pittsburgh in like the 07 era when they had Paul Malu and Ben and prime AB. Brother, nothing beats that team. Yeah, see, Big Austin, we know, and that's the greatest thing about the Browns is there's going to be one, and obviously, if you don't talk football, you're probably gonna leave. It is what it is. But with the Browns, there's going to be one game that we shouldn't win that we're gonna win, and it's gonna be awesome every time. It's the greatest thing to go to because you go to the game, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna get shit on, and then we score 2 touchdowns, and we're screaming. What other team out there where you score 2 touchdowns and you're like, holy shit, we're so back? Nobody. When they were actually good. Yeah, that was a great era. Didn't they just get rid of Tomlin? Or is he still there? I don't know why I feel like I heard something and they got rid of him. The Jets are ass. The Jets are horrible. I don't know if the Jets will ever be good. Yeah, now he's an analyst. Good for him. I mean, he held that job for 20 years. Was the greatest 500 coach to ever live. You did lose to the Browns. That's why I'm able to talk shit. Because we beat you. We did it. And that's the thing. We come in and we ruin one team season. And that's the best thing. Bro, you can't really say the Jets are cursed. The Browns have never won anything. We technically have won something if you bring in the championships before the Super Bowl existed. If you notice, though, everyone we bring in that we get rid of is an all-star. One of the worst things we ever did was trade Baker Mayfield. Even though, like, he wasn't great for us because we made him play injured and then we judged him off it. But, dude, I'm a diehard Baker fan through and through. Nah, see, Christian, if he's a diehard fan, it's not how bad we're going to be. It's that we're so back. No matter what, we're back. The problem is we get back and then everyone gets injured and then we just don't have a quarterback. Baker did win us the playoff game. And then we got rid of him. Yep. That's usually what happens. If someone wins us a playoff game, we trade him that next year. We drop him immediately. For no reason. I mean, this year we traded, I don't know why I can't think of his name. We traded him to the Bengals. Flacco. Flacco put on the greatest stint you've ever seen in pro football with the shittiest team you've ever seen. And then we benched him immediately and started Dylan Gabriel. That worked. I don't even make fun of the Browns. You can't make fun of the Browns, though, because like we make fun of ourselves more than anything. We know we suck. We know we're going to lose. Why not trading gold? Feel like it'll move cleaner? Is it? I mean, it made a really nice move, but it's just super volatile. I said earlier, I wish I took gold right here instead of ES, because ES is likely just going to come stop me out, which it's quite literally a point away from, so I fully expect it. But no, there's times where it moves a lot cleaner. It's just definitely more volatile. Myles Garrett stayed in Cleveland, but he loves Cleveland, but he said he would rather, the thing that gets me, because I love Myles Garrett. He's a legend. He's fucking huge. But he said, I don't care about the money. I want legacy. And then we said, you know what? We'll give you a couple extra $1 million. He's like, you know what? Fuck legacy. We're taking the money. Which, respect. I'd probably do the same thing for $162 million. But no, there's nothing wrong with gold. I like trading gold. It's just I got to get more used to gold. I usually know ES better, so I'm willing to. If I'm going to degen, I'm probably just going to degen on ES. Volatile is good in degen hours. The problem is if I traded gold, I probably would have passed it because that's the volatility we got after it. That's what I wanted more so of ES, go spike above the open and then push lower. Just didn't get it. There's a chance this holds here, but it would be a miracle if this somehow holds by like a tick. At this point, I feel like I might as well go for the full 3 hours. Unless Chad starts dying off. You love streaming? Dude, it's a vibe. I'm just sitting here talking to people on the internet. And we can talk about whatever we want. Like when football season comes, shit, I could get bored and start cooking up a random parlay with you guys. You know, we all either win together or lose together. But no, that's the thing. A lot of people worry about streaming. All you have to do is just be yourself. If people like you, they'll show up. I have 140 people watching me at 10 o'clock at night. I'm just being myself. I am who I am. And there's people that won't like it. Cool. Jake streams at 8 a.m. Feel free. Man, that just means you're straight. Especially if it's around the homies. Who said parlays? I'm listening. I would love to do parlays right now. I can't do parlays outside of UFC or football. Outside of that, I can't. It just doesn't work. I've randomly thrown a basketball one on before, but I do not know enough about basketball. You could name a team, tell me to name 5 people from that team. I wouldn't be able to do it at all. Even the Cavs. I just do not care about basketball too much. But football, I grew up with it. I love it. I use Jake Strat, like FVGs and all. Jake doesn't use fair value gaps. Might just watch this. Oh, it's 9 a.m. You're starting your morning with this? Beautiful. Now we lifers. Hell yeah. Who needs red zone? Dude, I wish we wouldn't get in trouble for that. Because, like, during football season, I could just stream the night game. No, we'd get flagged immediately and then sued by the NFL. So dumb. You know how cool that'd be? I just do like a little screen right above my head where it's the NFL game. Just play that. I haven't slept, bro. Welcome to my life. I mean, I don't stay up till 9, luckily, but I'm usually going to sleep at like 3, 4 in the morning. Timmy Jimmy time for that. If it works, I appreciate your sacrifice. Someone had to do it. You stepped up where no one else would, because I didn't see anyone else saying they would take the shot for us. And you took that risk. So I applaud you. Man's taking one for the entire team here. All right, let me see how many likes we have. I don't expect anyone to go like the stream, brother. It's literally 10 p.m. almost. Somehow there's still 140 you guys in here. We are 4 likes away from 250 though. We're 4 likes away from 250. That's a hell of a number to hit for a night stream. Are you still in the trade? Yes. It came within 1 point of my stop, and somehow we might see a miracle hold. That's 5 likes from me. I can do one more. Let's rip it. 250. We just got 10 likes? God damn, you legends. Also, who didn't like the stream earlier? What the hell? But no, this stream's been amazing. We had a high of 260 people in here. Just so you guys are aware too, why I'm like, holy crap to that number. That's how many people we had in here when Jake was on stream the very first day we launched. So that's why I love the support. 253. Hell yeah. I probably just need to refresh on that. 5 a.m. in Europe. Brother, you got on this stream at 3? No, yeah, 2? God damn. Did you go to bed? How long has this been going? Matthew, this is week 2. So you're not like super late to it. It started last Tuesday. People still vote. The poll didn't end. Well, y'all got exactly what you wanted. Jake ran the poll and you got both. I got $100 somehow. And then we got 2 funded account or 2 evals to give away. I'm the wrong person to say that. Fair. By the way, those of you that, haven't been up for 19 hours, Alan does stream at 1 a.m. I do trade with Alan, and I probably will be on Alan's stream. Actually, who am I kidding? I'll be there. I've been lurking on Alan's stream lately. The peacock has spread his wings. Brother, I'm loving this shit. Like, there's still people tuning into this at 10 p.m. I love this. I could easily stream longer, but I'm not going to stream 4 hours every day. That ain't going to happen. But I'm just know. A lot of people will cut it off at the end. Like Christian, he can't really stream much longer because market closes. He can just sit around and shoot the shit. But for this, market's open. If I'm just vibing, I got no problem vibing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because dude, every single person has a different personality. And that's why I love it. Wait, what do you mean you want to give me to 1,000 by the end of the month? Like from Jake? I don't need Jake to give me anything. Jake treats me very fucking well. But if y'all want to support code Rake and RT, y'all already know. I don't need to say it. Yeah, Mitch is, well, see, right, the problem is I don't always make Mitch's either, because I go to bed 4 hours before Mitch starts. So it's a little tough to make sometimes. The game is interesting, but I feel like a lot of people, it's too early in the morning where they're like, what the hell is this? I love the gamma and stuff. It's really interesting. I just don't know enough about it. Looks like ES might come down and take us out here. The 15 likely didn't close as strong as we wanted to. 5 is a little more of a doji indecision bar. If we're at least even going to spike the lows, it's going to take us out. That's the problem here with me full porting that account. It's the risk is set. If we even come to spike this, I'm out. And I can't change that. But it looks like we're probably going to come spike those lows. Yeah, 41 will take me out, and we're a point away from that. So I'm expecting this to get stopped here, especially with that 2 minute or that 5 minute looking like that. It makes sense. If it does, I'll probably just close upstream. I ain't taking another trade. We're trying to hold, but I'm even like slippage in the market. I'm expecting to fill it. I just longed it again. Not a bad long if it holds. I'm hoping for gold to return up. Gold looked a little better. I just looked at the chart for a second. It's definitely stronger. 15 looks pretty solid. The 4 hours, the main thing I want to see, which closes in 11 minutes, which will be really interesting. The thing is, I hate where my stop is. In full transparency, I hate that my stop has to be here because I full fucking ported. But, just because I'd like to give it more room, because if this 4 hour wants to close a little bit stronger, it can easily go up towards 50. It would just need to see a lot of buying pressure in the next 11 minutes. Bro is still alive. What's up, Jake? Yeah, we're vibing. I'm, only an hour over. It's not that bad. I feel like it's impossible to tilt during the session. I mean, I still tilt at times, but like tilting in FOMO, it's just not worth it, dude. I got enough gray hairs from trading in the beginning. I'll tilt slowly, but if I tilt, I will literally go out of my way, buy an eval, and just send that shit to the moon. I mean, Jake, we're vibing. Viewers are still doing well. Chat's still thriving. Dude, there's people in here. It's 9 a.m. They haven't slept. There's someone else. It's 5 a.m. They haven't slept. They're still here. Absolute degenerates on the night stream. I love it. Should I go in and buy now? I will never give that advice. If you want, you can, 100%. The hourly wick is 100% hourly. If we hold here and get a strong push in the next 10 minutes, I like it. But we could easily wick down, hit my stop, and then I'm just cooked a little bit. I hope it holds, but I have the very slightest expectations of this 1 point holding. Just double down here. Right, I can't. You can't double down if you full port. I don't know how that works. Did you end up kicking that kid off the dirt bike? No. He got off the dirt bike, though. He stopped finally, like 30 minutes ago. 7 p.m. California. That's crazy, dude. Like, it's probably, the sun's probably still up for you in California. And it's 10 p.m. here. That's just dumb. But I also wouldn't want to get up at 4 in the morning to trade because that's my bedtime. Christian, that's die hard right there, brother. Doesn't work that way, but I like how this guy thinks. If I only went 2 contracts, I would have no problem doubling down on an eval 100%. On funded accounts, I like longing into strength. So like if we got back over the entry price over this high, I would be willing. But on an eval, no. Oh, it's going to do it. I'm literally fighting in by $25. And it's gone. The account's still there. I just lost $1,300 on it. So that eval is, she's hurting a little bit. We'll try again later. Load up another. Brother, if I load up another, I'm going to be streaming for another 2 hours. I'm not loading up another. I do technically have another eval. The account lives, though. It does. We'll try again. We'll have to do another $800 DGen hours with it. Technically, I do have another eval. I could double down. But the problem is that one that I have is a flex. So, like, the cap's even worse. Load up another 2. You guys are degenerates. No, dude, if I'm starting a 24-hour stream, I'm waking up at 6 p.m. What else do you have to do? You guys are fucking degenerates. Jake, you see why I'm still on? Who needs sleep? That's fair. You guys are the worst influence. Dude, 100%. Yeah, gold looks a little weaker here. Oil's trying to hold the open a little bit. I think there can definitely be good setups. If we continue to hold this area and we get back over like 71.50, I'm interested in longs on other accounts. But that eval is GG's until tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. There is a temptation to grab one more. But I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to just burn another $100. I might. But I'm probably going to end stream, though, so I don't just yeet another eval. Jake, you got to get up early to entertain us. Time for bed. Would you be short now on ES? Could 100%. If we lose 40s here, I'd be more interested in shorts back towards yesterday's lows, which is why I'm not loading up another one because gold's a little more bearish too. Oil's still holding the open, which is a little bit stronger. I think right now we're kind of just stuck. What I'd want to see is in 7 minutes how the 4-hour open reacts, and then we go from there. Checking the analytics. Oops. Trying Apex. No, because then I got to pay the funding fee, and I don't want to do that. If I buy Apex, I want to buy like 5 accounts, and that takes me 25 minutes to do. So I'm not going to do that one. If I did it, I would just go Tradify again, 100%. How about go to Jake or whatever? How about go to Jake Rake or whatever his name is? Damn, Jake. And like roll up with him, hop on the 1 o'clock stream and trade again. Alan streams at 1. Jake streams in the morning. No, I'm 100% going to call it Joe. I'm not going to be here for 3 hours eating. Matthew, Jake, just so you know, it's Matthew's first stream. So he's new. But he's been here for literally 3 hours straight, nonstop. So he's already a legend. Sorry, I'm new. Yeah, Matthew. Jake is Rake. He's the guy. But now I'm gonna be honest. If I was gonna degen again, I would have no issues degenning here, throwing a stop at like 35 and just hoping for the best. Yeah. He is the guy. He's the one that's giving away the funded accounts. I'm just the face that's making it look like I give them away. Now, if you want to see Jake, well, you might be sleeping, but Jake will be on at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And you think my streams are a vibe, you should see his. Can we also talk about how there's still 140 of you here at 10 p.m.? Fucking legends. So when I get a payout, I'm going to see y'all in Ohio. Come on over. Jake's never going to come to Ohio, though. I've tried. I degened. Hell yeah. As long as the degen hour signs up, we can degen all we want. It doesn't matter. But no, I think I'm going to call it a night because even though y'all are vibing, we're vibing. I don't think I'm going to stream till 11 p.m. I could, but I don't think I want to. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. But I don't hate if you're in a degenerate mindset on an eval, I don't hate the degenerate aspect here. With that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. How do we get the funded? Well, you don't get it. You get it funded by passing an eval. When we give away evals, if you win, you just message us. Get some wide open eye sleep. Will do, brother. Will do. But I will be back on stream tomorrow. Alan is streaming 1 a.m. Eastern. Yep, Robert C at 1 a.m. and Alan stream. 1 a.m. Eastern to 3 a.m. Jake is back on at 6 a.m. Eastern. And then we start the whole cycle over. So those of you guys who are on stream this long, I appreciate the hell out of you. Appreciate the support. We love you guys. And I will see y'all tomorrow.